baby. Welcome. I don't know why that was so erotic. Hey, guys. Ooh-wee. Welcome to McGrew's Reviews here at the Mexcellence Network. Hi, everybody. I'm Sammy Gonzalez, a.k.a. the Mexcellence, or whatever. We're figuring it out. And joining me today, the man of the hour. Or hours. We might be here a while. We got a lot of things to talk about. We have...
A few things, yeah. Oh, Tommy McGrew.
It's Tommy McGrew, everybody.
Me. Yes.
Welcome to the show. And so we have Tommy McGrew as our main event, as it were.
Oh, it's a shitty main event, but all right.
Yeah, I don't know why we agreed to this, but I don't want to do movies, and you wanted to.
You despise movies.
I'm glad they're dying.
This isn't a movie.
We're right.
It's true.
Because we are actually going to be going over Invincible. I know we're late to the draw, but we still got some things to say about it. And not me. Marcos is going to come on, take over my spot for a bit, reach out to this round robin of faithful, excellent hosts.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about Venom. There will be Carnage. TJ, there will be Carnage.
There won't be
Get
TJ.
it? But do you get it? Because like Carnage is like violence and it's the name of the character, you know?
Yeah.
We're just going to be bad. I don't like what I see, but I'll get into it when we get into it. But speaking of TJ, welcome to the show.
Yeah, what's up, man?
It's TJ, everybody. You can see him and you can hear him. And joining me on the other side, we have...
I'm JJ.
JJ's back. He's in the studio. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a couple minutes because we're not talking about things you like. JJ, you want to talk about politics? Nah.
Yeah, they all suck.
Yeah.
No answer's the right one.
I don't need to spin my wheels. But...
I don't know what the solution to homelessness is, and I'm not going to try. So
I'm just going to try not to be homeless. That's the most I can do.
At least you don't have to sidestep complete topics like I do.
Yeah.
Which I can't mention said topic.
Yeah,
Stop it.
No, I'm just saying he was contractually obligated by his work to not talk about one of the many topics that we talked about. So, yeah, TJ's on a...
TJ
he needs a three-week... heads up to put into the written submission.
I gotta do fucking Dance Dance Revolution high score before they give me the thumbs up. That's
the
round
put you
one.
in a corn maze.
And then you have to answer these riddles three.
Give me three shots of Everclear, spin me around, throw me in a maze. That's what they do.
He's pledging for a frat. He has to pledge for a frat every time.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta carry a cherry with my butt cheeks into a glass.
But it was just more. It was just more work than it was worth. I was like, dog, for the 3 statements for my crunkness, which I have a lot to say on the topic.
Fuck it.
I said, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And we really didn't even talk about specifically your
did.
job. We were talking about other nonsense like presidents, which actually I clipped those already. Those videos and highlights will be up for that episode. Also, Jess's awful Harrison joke that is going into our TikTok.
Excellent.
But that said, you do need to follow us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, anywhere where podcasts are, you can find the audio of this. Obviously, you're here on Twitch watching us live, and if you're not, you're watching us somewhere else, probably on YouTube, maybe. I don't know. In the world, you found the Mexcellence, but
TikTok.
you need to subscribe, follow, like, hit the like button again. Hit it. It's a triple like, Tommy. Remember that? That was a thing we did. What are you doing? Oh, I was talking to you and the people. It's the triple like. Do it.
Yeah.
Instagram, we're figuring it out. The rules are bullshit. The rules are bullshit. We're trying to unify it, and it's not working. Fuck you, Vic Paguano, who has the Mexcellent social media.
Oh, no.
Like he has SoundCloud and he has, I think, Instagram. Oh. It's the same asshole. That's not his real name. His name is Vic, but his last name's something.
You just made up his last name for him.
You're doxing this man?
I'm doxing this. I know, but he hasn't posted. VGI Redemption just subscribed. Welcome, VGI Redemption. See, they listen. VGI Redemption.
Yeah.
Listens.
What if he's Vic?
Fuck you, Vic. Give us the Mexcellence back.
Give us the Blackcellence back.
No. I have the Blackcellence.
Oh,
I
okay.
have the Blackcellence.
No, that's why we said.
We're talking to you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a mutiny here. Well, if it's gonna be a mutiny,
Vic is gonna be like Zemo and just try to break us up from the inside, just so he can steal the Mexcellence.
oh my god, no! And he hasn't posted in like 8 years. I've been concerned about him.
He's playing the long
I'm
game.
like, Vic, are you alive? It's a 10-year plan. No, but I'm like, Vic, are you alive? Because I need you to post or not post for like a certain amount of time, and you could overtake them.
Yeah, how
like
long
on
does it take?
SoundCloud, you could overtake them if they don't post in like 3 months at a time.
Yeah.
But he still listens to shit. Fucking Vic.
So he's still active.
So he's still active. And then Instagram, he hasn't posted since 16. I've been paying attention.
Send a message to him.
then he'll be active.
Oh,
It's
that's
counterintuitive.
So it's a catch-22 point is social medias. If you find the Excellence, you'll at least find me. You'll find everybody there. TJ Mana, don't follow him though. He don't like it. Tommy McGrew art over there. And then Super Saiya JJ, like the Dragon Balls. What's up?
I actually like it when people follow me. I don't like it when people message me on Facebook.
Gotcha. So
You won't get a reply.
no messages, no comment section, no politics with JJ. Unless you have any other rules. No, you're at 69. Don't even follow
No,
JJ.
they already followed me.
Oh,
Fucked it all up. Yeah.
get JJ to 420. That's the next option. He had 69 followers. They ruined it. 420. But you guys, before I let Marcos back on so we can go over this review.
I have an idea,
for
though.
Invincible. What is that idea before we get into the thing I was going to do?
Well, actually, it's probably linking into the thing you're going to do because I think the only way that we can get the Excellence back is if you send him some of that sexy ass merch. I think that's why he's been
Oh
holding
my
on to it
God,
for so
Vic,
long.
you fucker. You want the Excellence name? Well, you got the Excellence name. Welcome, everybody. This is our sponsor, MexMerch.com. It's me and us. And hey, look, it's Tommy's shirt. I never made the discount code. He didn't make that. But look at all these items that we got at MexMerch.com. We got, it's almost gay pride, guys. Look at that. Be fantabulous. Get yourself some of that stuff. We got California stuff. We got Raider stuff for the seasons. Raider-esque. It's non-copyright infringing. This, however, is borderline copyright infringement. We put it on the shirt. Come buy a shirt. Buy a hat. People like that shirt. I enjoy it. I have one myself, actually. We have a lot of good things. Some workout gear. We got leggings. We got pants. We got hats. We got bags. We got... Oh, TJ's actually... That's the women's one, but that's fine. TJ's actually wearing one of the sweet, sweet mix. No, that's them. Bring it back there. Look at that. It's a real thing. We actually sell real products, so you're going to get the real nice thing. Oh, no, Google, get out of here. I don't want you.
I've gotten compliments on this shirt.
He's gotten compliments on the shirt. Get compliments on your shirts. Get compliments on your hats. Look at the. Oh, enjoy Excellence. It's Coca-Cola. It's classic. Oh, man, but all this stuff here, and I like this one a lot. People have been liking this design. Get vaccinated, folks. Be safe. Point is, go to mexmerch.com. And if you're watching on Twitch Live, if you're watching the pre-show, you got a discount code. When we do our commercial break in between Invincible and Venom, you will also get another discount code. I'll make sure that it goes through. A fan of ours, Drew, bought it with the discount code. So he's got some of that Mex merch.
Lucky Drew.
And I forgot which design it was. I think it was just the logo.
Okay.
But he's going to look damn good in it.
He is.
So
He's going to get compliments.
So look damn good. Get yourself some Mex merch. I appreciate the support, everybody. We're waiting on Chili's to send us those checks. But
I'll take it. Again, we'll take a gift
we'll take a
card.
gift card. Chili's, we're waiting on you. You're at the
Chili's.
bat.
I think someone in your HR or your PR department might be thinking, oh man, these guys want a full sponsorship. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times $12.99 is what we
one.
need.
Just one.
Plus the tax. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
We're not greedy. You make a good product, Chili's.
We'll eat it on air.
Yeah,
We'll make a mukbang.
Chili's mukbang.
You can do a Joey Chestnut and just have a triple dipper off. Well,
That would be
how many
disgusting.
can we go through?
We'll actually get different combinations of triple dippers and see why ours is the best one and why you shouldn't get anything else.
Well, me and Tommy, technically ours is the same. Southwest Egg Rolls.
It's yeah.
Guys, we can't do this again. We can't do. They're not a real sponsor.
I know.
We have to wait.
They're so good.
It's
have
the
to
same.
wait.
It's the same. What do you mean? It's me and Tommy's the same. It's the same one here, nigga. Like it's not. It don't change. I don't get like you got the same shit last time too. So what you mean?
I'm just saying they haven't paid for a sponsorship, so they don't get it. But anyway, man, Liquid Death and Bang, they could be very delicious too sometimes. I wonder if they like when we drink Liquid Death brand Mountain Water, Murder Your Thirst, and Bang Peach Mango. They're so delightful. I don't know what to say after this.
Yeah,
Look, let me tell you right
Give
now.
us money. Give me money for
not-
shilling your products.
We're not hot enough for this sponsorship.
We damn sure not.
Hey, no,
Tell you
Eric
right
Voss on New Rockstars, great guy. Very good with his Marvel interactions.
Yeah.
He's sponsored by Bang Energy. I don't know if I would want to see him in a bathtub.
I do not.
Eric Voss, I'm going to put this on Twitter for you. I love your work. I don't want to see you in a
Hold up,
bathtub.
can I ought to slap you, Xavier. Come on.
What's Xavier saying?
He
Do you,
said,
do you post
we just went through that.
Xavier, God dang it, man. Hold on. Do you post these podcasts anywhere? C4 Energy is greater than... I don't know.
Okay. No. So I used to, before I banned pre-workout anymore, I used to do C4 Ultimate, like the one that had like the 300 milligrams out the gate. That shit, like I'd pump the entire gym myself while I was flying. I'd literally be in there and be like, zonked the fuck out.
Oh.
So no more C4. None of
Cagged
that
out.
anymore.
Cagged
Jesus.
out.
Bang was like
Literal workout fuel.
Bang is good. It's healthier than C4. Ultimate, not
Jesus.
Not,
I mean, it sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, but actually, Xavier uses, sorry, I'm late. So you know what? That's fine. It's going to be posted later. But if you
Oh,
want to
you get
catch
it,
us,
Jay.
here's the Mexcellence. Hey, we broke 700. That's nice. We have a new video up here, Racism Chili's Triple Dippers. We also have the Mexcellence Archive. Only has me and one other person. I think it was Jose Torres. But if you want to watch that, that has all of our previous Twitch in full. So if you want to watch the archive, catch up on all the shows with the video content, you could do it there. Also, guys, we're on SoundCloud. I just want to show you guys the visuals.
And
Let's bring
while
it
you're
back
doing
around.
that, what's up, Lion Lightning? He said he's new here. I say, what's up? Oh, well, we acknowledge you. Anybody who's here in the humble beginnings, don't worry. I keep a mental note.
Yeah,
And-
it's Lion Lightning. They get a song. Anybody who's new here gets a song. Tom, you don't look at me like that.
Hey, he's not.
Go Lion Lightning.
Notice how he started that. Everybody was like, hey, dog, hey, Marco.
Now he's gonna stay forever. Now Lion Lightning's gonna stay forever because I did a dance.
Hey, bro.
What if he
But
doesn't like grease?
Who doesn't like Grease?
I don't like grease.
What is wrong with all of you? Everyone's
Why would we
get
like
out of here.
Grease?
You guys aren't qualified to talk about Invincible if you don't like Grease. Clearly, the two are equal in quality.
We can
I'm
just leave
assuming.
you here to talk about Grease for an hour and 20 minutes.
But anyway, there's the Mexcellence on Spotify. If you search the Mexcellence on any podcast format, YouTube, find us. We're there. We're posting regularly. First video up in God knows how many months on YouTube. Catch you up on that Chili's thing. He goes, thank you. See, he appreciates it. But anyway, let's get on with the show. Marcos, it's your time to shine. Get on up here, man. I'm going to let you fight or flight, baby. You're going to figure this out, and it's going to be delightful. What happened there? It died.
Why do you think I touched it?
Because it got blue and it destroyed itself.
Bro, that's
The chat that we have here is completely exploded. No, it exploded. It's restarting like a Windows update.
I got you.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Bought it.
But let's go ahead and get into it. Fuck it. We'll put the trailer on while we get this situated. So I'll just throw on the trailer while Marcos gets situated, and we'll go from there. But yeah, welcome to the Invincible review. We'll be right back after this.
That's the
Yeah.
trailer.
What's the trailer?
I'm getting there. Let me apologize, first of all, that there will be no dancing, there will be no singing, there will be no Grease
That
references.
shit's done.
You did this. You did that.
Good evening, I am Marco. Guess I'm going to be the button presser today because this show should be all about this guy over here.
Yeah, it
across.
should be. I don't know why. Again, but hey, my name
Wa-
rhymes with
Move it over
reviews.
this way.
So, there we
The
go.
answer to why is very obvious because you're the most movie person of
It's true.
the
I'm
entire
not-
group.
I'm the exact opposite of Sammy.
Yeah, I figured out that I can't pay attention to a movie unless there's an overpriced beer in front of me. that's the only way I can watch a movie.
And see, I'm kind of getting that way, which is frightening me. But luckily, we have shows that keep my interest.
I was about to bring that up, that it was really funny for this being the movie review. We've reviewed a lot of TV
A
shows.
ton of them, yeah. Maybe like 2 or 3 movies.
Arguably more movies. I mean, more TV shows
Yeah.
than movies, to be
Very
honest.
true. Very true. That's why it's called McGrew's Reviews. We could be reviewing anything. We could be reviewing anything.
Because I think the intent why it originally was McGrew's reviews, outside of him taking the helm and everything, was
Yeah.
also McGrew's movie reviews, right? Rolls off
it's true.
double M's,
Yeah.
makes sense. But then we realized that, no,
we're in the middle of the pandemic and
we'll take whatever the fuck we can get.
So whatever you got, hey, you got a new sandwich you want us to review? We can do for you. Whatever
A
you
new
got.
item on the triple dipper?
Anything.
There was a lot of new items in the trailer.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's been nothing but TV. I mean, you got Disney Plus coming out with something new constantly.
Bad Batch.
Oh yeah, I haven't even started with that yet. I was watching Mighty Ducks stuff.
I was about to say COVID killed a lot that movies we thought we were gonna get. Like we still haven't seen Black Widow a year
It's
later.
fucking me up, Marco. It's really someone who loves movies. I'm really at a point now where I'm like, all right, if they never come back, like theaters, I guess I'll be okay. I shouldn't think that. I should be devastated.
Have you
right
gone
now.
to a theater recently?
No.
So I was getting to that same point as you, because I would say that, hit towards the rest of them, that followed by you, probably dabble in the movies the most as well.
Right.
And nah, dude, it's go back to a theater, sit down, get your socially distanced from any other groups.
Yeah.
And I promise you, it's just as invigorating. It reminded me how hard, like, I think we've mentioned this before, but how hard it is to disconnect from everything. Like, movie theater is the only place where I'm not looking at my phone, I'm not talking to people, I'm not, like, I'm cracking jokes with the person next to me, but that's it.
Yeah, to me, that was the beauty of it. It's like you're in a dark-ass room. You can't, phones aren't allowed, so you have no choice but to focus on this big-ass image on the screen with the sound all around you. It's for us. If you want to know a theater's purpose, that's its purpose, because we have ADD, basically, even if we don't. And our attention spans can't handle movies at home. Like, I don't know the last time I legit sat down and watched a movie without being distracted or doing something else. Like, it's hard to do.
It's easier to do at home, right? Because there's no one hard telling you, oh, put down that phone.
Yeah.
Put down. Yeah. So, but you know, in the case of
and
TV,
also you didn't pay $20 to get in there.
That
there's also that. You're right.
Yeah.
But in the grand pantheon of things, you know, as we were missing out on movies, TV shows came around to dominate the market last year.
Yeah.
And definitely on the superhero front, there has been a lot of really, really, really different ideas. Thought I was gonna say good, but no, not all them shits are good.
I think I know which one you're referring to.
It just dropped too.
Yeah, I think I know which one. Yeah, it sucks. But no. But hey, if anybody's been doing the superhero thing correctly, it's definitely 2 streaming services. Of course, Disney Plus, they own Marvel. They have a formula. They have their thing down. Amazon has been killing it.
I thought you were about to say Sony. Kidding. Later.
I mean, I am legit kind of a stand for DC getting Doom Patrol and Harley Quinn, right?
No, that they did do right, but they still also have a lot of shitty other shows on there.
No, look, DC has
shows. They just only shitty one is Titans.
I kind of like Titans.
All right, but then they have no shitty shows.
Supergirl? No, yeah, Supergirl.
The
That's CW.
Yeah, no, that's
They
still
all on
DC.
HBO Max,
Hey, shut up.
We were talking about streaming services. Those
on
are
HBO?
those are not on. They're not.
They count. I'm gonna count them. I'm gonna count them.
That was debatable.
They're
That
on
was debatable.
CWC.
And plus, they're coming out with a Green Lantern show that doesn't feature Jon Stewart, so I'm going to just count that one
Yeah,
already
they
as
chose
bad.
the one with the loudest personality, which is Guy Gardner,
No one's
which
gonna-
is
he's gonna be
which is
rejected.
why Sam's usually in charge of these shows because he's the loudest one of us.
And Sam also proves the loudest does not mean the most entertaining.
Wow.
I want my Jon Stewart.
I ain't going that far. Like, hey, thank you for allowing us in your home to record this show.
Yes,
hey, sit down.
Sit down. Sit down.
Bye.
Was about to say, like, I had to just sit there while you guys were stewing about what is what, and then it was like, all right, whatever.
But yeah, no, Amazon's been killing it with superhero with, of course, The Boys, which was a comic that I like, but I think the show is better than the comic even.
Oh, it's way better.
Yes. The comic's exploitation just for exploitation's sake, but
The delivery, their performances, all the nuances in terms of a live action superhero show with which you could tell first season one, they're not that Amazon was skimping on the budget, but they were like, we ain't giving you all these Amazon bucks.
right. We got to see what you can do first.
But definitely
Bezos is going through a divorce. Like, we got
What you want?
I'm telling y'all, like these women, like Bill and Melinda Gates, these women know what they're doing.
I mean, if budget's a problem, it's definitely one of the issues with Invincible.
Really? You think?
No, hey.
the last episode, you could really tell.
You're right, actually. I did catch a lot that last episode. But before we even get there, like, what I like about Amazon shit is they're hitting corners of superhero mythology that we may think of, like, oh, how does this harm normal people every day? Mm-hmm. Like, these fuckers have power and fame. Like, don't you think that would corrupt them in some fucked up way? Boys covers that. Invincible kind of covers the former, to where it's like human life in a world with superheroes kind of don't mean much. And that is a great thing. I think, to explore, which this kind of does.
Because everybody, you know, I'm pretty sure, no matter if you're a kid, you're an adult, if you've ever liked superheroes, there's probably a case point in time where you've been like, man, I want to like be in that world. I want to be a superhero, or I want to like kind of be in that universe, with the exception of Gotham, because no one ever.
The sun doesn't shine there, so yeah. No.
But like you're like, oh, like, you know, I want to be a Metropolis and like have Superman cover my back, stuff like that. No, Invincible proves why. No, you don't.
Yeah, it also proves why Superman sucks even more now.
Yes.
Thank you for proving my point.
Trash.
Invincible.
I mean,
superhero.
it actually. I feel like it makes the opposite argument of why Superman is Superman, but that's neither here nor there.
But,
I find it weird that Lex Luthor like paid for both of these shows.
that would be the most Lex Luthor
Literally.
thing to do. But so, you know,
This is why we missed you, JJ.
Yeah, I would have never have connected Jeff Bezos with Lex Luthor, but yeah, perfect. That's literally perfect.
Isn't there like a picture of him like with robot arms? Like he's literally Lex Luthor.
no, I to kind of just rip this Band-Aid open and to give a little bit of a kind of preface, right? So coming into today's reviews, there's two who are more positive than another two, but I only got chimed in on of their opinions early. So not how it closed out, just earlier. I will let you know right now I am more positive on this front because I fucking loved this show. It is just it does something that is really hard to pull off, which is, for me, and it does it very well at the start, where it is how do I describe it? Almost like a kid's show. Or like a Saturday morning cartoon-esque flavor.
You get that vibe.
It has that like Spider-Man vibe to it.
Yeah, that Fox Kids.
It's Fox Kids.
Yo,
yeah,
yeah.
WB, like, we ain't talking like Disney Channel, Nickelodeon.
Same budget for the animation, too. Yeah.
At times.
At least he was allowed to throw a punch.
But I do think that when it initially starts off, I would say that, and we can kind of break this up into groupings of episodes. I do think that the first couple episodes are really good at establishing the world, the character, and just getting you to feel for who these people are. Which I think, you know, in terms of even any television show, to get off the roster, to get off the ground running with something like that is really impressive. Because right off the get, I was like, you know what? Is it a little, like, at first, spoiler alert, just spoiler alert all around.
Yeah.
For the whole show, really.
95% of the first episode, because I was one of the people who did not know. For 95% of the first episode, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm vibing. You know, I can understand why people wouldn't like this, but I'm vibing. This is dope. I'm really feeling for Mark. He's a cool character. You know, high schooler, a little bit older, a little more mature themes they're going to be dealing with. But at the end of the day, it's adding more in the cartoon. Then the last 5%, they do some shit that I was not expecting. Any superhero show do. And ass is just being handed to ass, and I appreciated it because at that moment, I knew that this show was not afraid to take it to places that other shows just haven't ever been able to. Yeah. Because even something like The Boys has to hold back to a certain degree.
A certain extent, yeah. And keep the humor in The Boys.
Keep the humor.
But with this, they were like, humor, hey, we might joke one scene, next scene, it's going to be depressing as fuck.
People are catching hands. And Omni-Man is my favorite character.
Yes, mine
any
too.
form
Same.
of media ever.
Same.
I love it.
He was cheering for the Viltrumites at the end.
I was like, Viltrumites!
Hey, anytime Omni-Man whooped anybody's ass in this show, I cheered because fuck them, I'm with him 110%. 110%. And that is why I hate Superman, because he should think like Omni-Man. Any motherfucker with that power would think the way Omni-Man thinks.
It's not realistic to be like a Superman. But I get it. It's not supposed to be realistic. It's a comic book, but fuck that shit. Omni-Man is like,
a little realism.
Omni-Man comes out the gate and he lets you know that, hey, look, I am better than all of you niggas. I like the only two people who will keep me in check is that Asian lady that sits at my crib. And this punk bitch doesn't even control me, so I don't know who.
I just like him.
Number two is me. But
I barely like him, actually.
he's kind of like it took this perspective of, because we see, maybe through Injustice storylines or like kind of like a dark Superman, but it doesn't take it to the place where it needs to go.
It can't do what this show does.
And in those first couple episodes, it establishes that, and then what I really do appreciate is that it takes it back a step, where it shows you kind of two angles of superhero levels, right? It shows you like, hey, this is what somebody who is like top of their class, A game, that dude, and then this is what it looked like to be just starting off the gate. And no aspects of being a superhero are pretty. And Marks trips up, stumbles, gets hit, gets beat up a lot, even in the first couple episodes.
I was about to say, was that the first or the second episode?
Second episode.
Okay.
Where the
we just jumped straight into talking about this show.
Yeah.
Instead of going through first impression, which is fine. It's whatever.
Everyone who's watching this has already been through all of that.
Well, that's true.
Right in.
It was just one of those things where this show wasn't too interesting to me based on like the trailer that we saw in between. I was like, all right, it's another Spider-Man type thing, which it is, but it's
big influences.
Yeah. But you and like a couple other people couldn't stop talking about it. So I was like, what was it about this show that kind of grabbed you a little bit, like before, or was it the comic that grabbed you?
Yeah, I read the comic already. And I love the comic, but just seeing it in live action, because it fills a lot of gaps that the comic doesn't show. Like that last episode scene, you see pretty much the aftermath of that. You don't see it actually happen.
Oh.
And so it's shit like that, and just more character development and everything. So I mean, even if you read the comic, this just kind of fleshes the story out.
Yeah, it has more room to breathe.
Yeah,
like ironically, because you'd figure something that's written. Usually, the book it has more character development than the adaptation. This is a strange case where it's the reverse. The adaptation has the more well-developed or more character development. It spends a little more time with the side characters and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that does happen sometimes. Like Loki is way more developed in the movie than he is just the. But that being said, I just realized that we just divided it into like we don't read comics and they read comics.
Unless it's coming out of Japan, keep your comic book panels away from me. I'm kidding. But no, definitely, I agree there. It feels, because, and it's not as though I'm completely inept for the comics. I like actually have an old, like, my dad has like old boxes that he had bought for me because he was like, my kid likes nerd shit. Let me get him comics. But I went back to read some of Invincible after watching the show, and you can tell that there's differences that are there. A lot of differences, actually. But I almost think that it's, at least from my initial kind of perspective, I think that the way that they shifted around the starting things makes a lot more sense and gives you a lot more time to cook with these characters. Because it just feels as though by the time you get to that 8th episode, whether you're like me who's cheering, damn near doing backflips, like out here like, yes, and having that one moment where you might get teared up, like I was really in the ride for these characters. And so to see all of that happen, I'm like, damn, it got me. But in the comics, it's like, nigga, we hit the ground running. Yeah. Shit's out the gate. All right, we done. That's exactly what happened.
This is definitely what the comic does, which, I mean, works in the comic medium. As far as the show goes, it's good to start small. And the way they started, like, it's just like a Saturday morning cartoon. And you really don't know what to expect if you're going in blind. And luckily they give you they gave Premiere 2 episodes, right? When the first 3. Okay, premiered 3 episodes. Luckily, because a lot of people might check out after that first episode, even with that crazy ass ending.
I think a lot of people might check out after the second and third one, because the third one is the one where I think they end off with like some high school drama nonsense girl looking at windows and shit. I'm like, I was like,
that's the most believable thing in this. I mean, I actually really dug the plot toward like once it developed, but it's totally believable that a 17-year-old kid was like, no, man, I want to focus on this girl, and it's like, bro, you're a superhero.
You can't do that, man. Like, you got real shit to do right now. But I can totally see that, and that was very believable. It's just, I got a lot of Spider-Man vibes also, like you were saying. Don't like Spider-Man that much.
Oh man, you're about to have JJ like
Yeah,
judo
I'll-
chop.
I'm a Miles Morales fan. I love Miles.
I just love
Peter
Spider-Man.
Parker I like him. I like him. I don't love him. I don't Superman him. I hate Superman with passion.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, like, and to me, I'm like, all right, all the Spider-Man-esque things in it are what I didn't like. But granted, I know you have to get through that to get to where where you're inevitably going. It's just, I just was so bored with all the high school shit, and just if Adam Eve wasn't involved, I'm like, I don't care about Zazi's character. Like, she can go away. I'm good with that.
I thought it was cool the high school stuff, just because it was just he just gets his powers in the first episode. He throws a trash bag like instead of just hopping it over, like he sends it into space.
Yeah.
So like he just gets his powers at the beginning of this story. I can totally buy that he was just like a normal teenage kid.
Kind of a pussy. If we're being honest.
Well, he wasn't really a pussy because he does stand up to the bully in
He
the first.
lost, though.
I wouldn't say that he is a wimp. That said,
He's got a little Captain America heart in him.
he does get his face kicked in 8 out of 8 episodes. So
Literally every other episode, yeah. He gets beat damn near to an inch of his
they
life.
give him some W's, a little bit, a few.
He has help with those most of the time.
But
I mean, he does even have help with the bully. Like, yeah.
He always has help.
because I know we'll spend a good chunk of time talking about, I guess, those last 3 episodes. I kind of want to get everything from the first 5, already laid out on the table. And before we hop into, because I actually, JJ, you were also in the camp where I'm glad you warmed up a little bit more once it got going, but I'd love to hear how you felt about it. But the one thing that I know that across the board, there shouldn't be no issues on is like, this is easily the most star-studded, off-the-gate voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind of random in times.
I was like, I was so mind blown by how these performances and what these people are bringing to the table. Except,
Dude.
I mean, J.K. Simmons, yes, that's gone. But
Dude, I kept pausing it and seeing a different, like, at least B-less celebrity that was like, oh yeah, that dude's in this.
Recognizable face.
and Amazon, if you watch it on Amazon Prime and you watch it on your phone, or like a tablet, it'll tell you on the side like who these people are.
Yeah.
So, and because Amazon wants you to know, like, we spent money
Yeah.
to get these voices here. But even from the quieter moments to the more impactful, it doesn't matter who your character is, the voice actors are bringing their A game every single episode, and it shows.
Oh, it absolutely
The
does.
only character who I think is a little weak sometimes is Cecil,
The Cecil in those last episodes
but
definitely
he brings it up a
Yeah.
lot better at those last few episodes.
I mean, it's because Walter Goggins wasn't allowed to have a southern drawl this
I was
time.
about to say that would surprise me the most because they're used to him just having like that rednecky twang in anything he does. I love Walton Goggins, by the way. I even watch this dumb sitcom on CBS. I just love the dude, and you don't hear his voice in that at all. Like,
It's
period.
not until he kind of, like, the last episode that he lets it out. But that's probably why he's phoning it in, is that he's trying to hold back that draw the entire...
I didn't realize this until now, but you're right. He does let it out in that last episode, because there was a point where he's talking to one of the other characters. I'm like, wait, what the fuck he say? I had to rewind it because it came out, and I've already adjusted my brain to not hear it.
What, you try to hit me? No, I think the exact line is straight for the throat.
That's why I heard it too. It definitely sounds like him in that one line.
I would say that, but outside of that, yeah, like, JJ, how about you? I know that, initially you were like, meh on having to watch it, and then meh.
I wasn't really meh on having to watch it. I was just sort of meh because I knew where it was going to end. Like, this ride wasn't as fun for me because it wasn't my first time on the Rattler. I've been on the Rattler before. I know where it's going to end up. It's still a fun ride, and I still enjoyed it a lot, but I knew the beats that the show was going to take beforehand because I was familiar with the comic. The other thing that might have, affected me a little bit in that was that my roommate was watching it before I was. Like, he doesn't have Amazon Prime, so he like asked me, "Do you mind if I watch it?" I was like, "No, dude, go for it." He started watching it, and our work schedules don't line up, so I was still like in my room, like pounding away at my computer. And I could hear like a couple of lines every now and then. I was like,
So you didn't go in as blind as you
exactly,
could've, right?
yeah. That's my thing. Season 2, I'm really hyped for because that's my knowledge of the comics sort of ends where season 1 ends.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know some major key points that
I know
happen.
I know
like
how this whole thing ends.
Same.
Yeah, and it's like,
I mean,
but I
it
don't
does
know
take a
like the journey. I know some major events that are probably going to be in the show.
Yeah.
Probably season 3 maybe. But yeah, I don't know what leads up to those.
I think that one thing that season 1 does very well is I genuinely, like, even knowing, because I went back and, like I said, retroactively familiarize myself with the comics, know all the major plot points, not like maybe not a lot of the getting there sometimes, but definitely aware of what happens. But they did not waste any time putting as much setup stuff as they could. So you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen season 2 because it can go any one of those plot threads, and there's a lot of them they can build.
That's a shitload of them, yeah. And yeah, I didn't think about it that way, knowing how everything played out anyway. But I guess if you do go in blind, that whole turn probably shocks the.
So that was the other that's the other side of the coin. My roommate hadn't been familiar at all with Invincible. He knew the character existed, but he had never like read any of the comics or there was no show or anything. So hearing his reaction when that last 5% of that first episode kicks in was glorious because I knew exactly what was happening.
Oh yeah,
I think there's some people
for a reason.
I think there's some people who even if they knew, man, it doesn't.
Watching it play out,
like
still,
it's still very like it hits.
It hits you. It does hit
like
you.
they did the black man kind of dirty in this. I mean,
which one?
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. Hey. But yeah, in the first 5 episodes, and the reason why I kind of broke them away from the latter 2 is because the last 2, 6, 7, and 8, are where the plot really accelerates in terms of a lot of things happening. And so by the time you get to episode 5, and I really like episode 5.
Which one was that again? They
that
all
was
blend
Titan.
together.
That was the Titan episode.
Okay.
Titan episode.
The one with Battle
All
Beast.
right, we'll get. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh yes, gotcha.
So-
Yeah. No, go.
I really like that 5th episode, but
Yeah, I like that.
Marco, you wanted to chime in?
Oh no! All I was gonna say is that it's weird that like JJ, you didn't like it because I guess it's too. Is it too close to the comic?
It's not that it's too close. It was, and it's not that I don't like it. I do.
No,
like
at
it.
first, yeah. No. I'm saying like it was a Rattler ride because the story beats, and that's what happens in the comics, like mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
Okay. So it's funny because this is the third Seth Rogen produced show. The first would be Preacher, and the other one would be The Boys, which does not follow the same story beats.
No, those go off
Well,
the
it's
path.
because Robert Kirkman's a little more reserved than Michael.
He's boring. Robert Kirkman is boring.
I hope that they give him a little like he flex. Maybe it was because they wanted to have some baseline since it's the first season. It's a lot of money in that first season. But I'm assuming that now that they have so much hype and well-being from the audience, they're like, cool, we're gonna do whatever we want. So hopefully it'll bring more of like unknown for you and for me and then for you too, right? So
Yeah, so long as it doesn't go the Walking Dead route and just fuck everything up.
Yeah.
nah, I just want 5 solid. No, they could do 6
That's
solid
why
seasons.
I don't trust this show. I trust it for the first season. Yeah, because Walking Dead was okay for the first season. I just don't trust Robert Kirkman to do shit for a long period of time.
No, but see, because Steve Ewan, who also played Glenn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm certain he's gonna be like, I ain't sign up for this shit, not again. Hey, Kirkman, we ain't playing games this time.
There's no
Someone who
Maggie here,
sounds
is
like
there?
me.
They're better.
I got nominated for an Oscar, so I can't keep doing this shit.
Who's the Maggie? The black chick or the pink chick?
Spoilers for future comic.
No.
But yeah, just like I said, before we get into those last 6, because I'm with you, they all blend together.
Yeah.
The 5th episode is the Titan episode.
Yeah.
And for me, that was a real mature route to go.
It was a wake up.
Because that's the first time in a hero show the dude just straight up says, he's like, shit, you think you above us? How about I'll show you some real shit?
Yeah.
And you come along with me. And to me, that was the moment where I was like, okay, this show is doing something very unique. Like, outside of just the first episode. Because, I mean, even with the first episode's craziness, I was like, the boys, they get a little crunk. Of course, the animation gets a lot more crunk here.
Yeah.
And the second episode, when Omni-Man goes to the other planet, says, man, fuck this. Fuck up this entire planet. Like, I respect that.
That was the second episode, right?
That was the second episode, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
But in terms of the 5th episode, I was like, you know what? For them to straight up have a dude call him out and see how superheroes would be able to handle a more low-key, not world-ending sort of problem, it was pretty cool. Till the team gets their ass beat by this other character called Battle Beast.
Yeah.
And so up until episode 5, how are y'all guys feeling in terms of like some of the character development up until that point?
I think it's a misconception that I like love this show. I don't.
You don't?
I don't. It's okay.
I have problems too.
Yeah, I had like that was a huge. It was tough to get from episode 2 to episode 5. I was drifting. I was doing shit. I'm like, this is not holding my attention at all.
Key just finished episode 5. That's what he said in the
It
chat.
sucks, Key. No, it doesn't. I'm fucking with you. No, episode 5 was when I was like, okay, I perked back up again.
Okay.
I have said that the dip happens. To me, it's 3 and 4 that are the dip.
Yeah.
I think 2's okay. Yeah. It ends off really
The
strong.
one where he's in Mount Rushmore is the one where I kind of like dip out.
Yeah, it's like
Is that
4.
3 or
I
4?
think that's like
I'm not.
That's
So,
3.
so
Okay.
I know you want to jump right to like the ultra violence, which is why you want to jump into episode 5. But I think we at least need to go back to episode 1 for the crux of the plot of the season.
Oh, it's simple as fuck. It's
Yeah,
just-
no, I understand it's simple as fuck, but it is the mystery for the first episode that why did he murder the Justice League?
Because he's Vegeta.
I kind of just assume most people who'd be watching this have seen the first episode.
Yeah.
Most human beings have seen the first episode.
Right.
But yeah, there is a mystery that happens off the gate. Spoiler alert, like I said, Omni-Man comes through and murders the entire equivalency, Guardians of the Globe is what they're called. The Justice League, basically. Murders Black Batman, murders German/Russian Flash, murders everybody.
the fake Wonder Woman.
War Woman.
War Woman. there you go.
That's the one that they didn't even try and hide. They just
didn't
straight up
even
were like,
come
you know
close.
who this is.
Murders Abraham Lincoln again.
So by the time, so basically the whole premise of season 1 is while Mark's doing his best to become a better superhero, a lot of the government, which is encapsulated by the character Cecil, and even the wife, Deborah, are trying to figure out kind of what happened, and Omni-Man is trying to make sure things stay status quo for the time being.
Yeah.
And that's where you leave off in the first couple episodes.
Pretty much it. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, you didn't have fun. I'm about to burp. You didn't have fun with like the aliens coming back and you always
It was a very
coming.
Rick and Morty ass episode to me.
That's why it was funny to me.
I was super entertained by that. That episode kept my. That was episode 2, right?
Yeah, that's why we're talking about
okay,
it.
yeah. So yeah, 3 to 5 was tough.
And Justin Roiland was
Episode-
in the show too. He was the college dude. He was the drunk college douche.
That was him.
That was him.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and that was episode 6. That's why I didn't include it.
Oh shit! They just had everybody come through. Oh my god! Yeah, no, I love that. Kept my attention. I'm like, okay, so is it going to be kind of episodic to where they do shit like this? And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. Like the Mount Rushmore thing. But it's
That
like-
was the best part of that episode, but everything else, I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
Again, yeah. The action is the only thing you remember. I don't remember shit else from that episode.
So that episode is not supposed to be funny, like because they're mutilating people. Stephen Yeun tries to save someone and breaks her arm off.
Yeah, that's when you first start to see this superhero world shows things a little differently.
Even in the first episode when the Flash rescues everyone, or not Flash, Red Rush, something like that. Red Rush, when he rescues people from the White House lawn, he's like, All right, I tried to make sure that I went slow enough. So, oh crap, are you guys all sick? Because he's moving too fast.
Yeah, like no one thinks about that. That's just physics, people. That's just, it's gonna happen. It's gonna fuck you up. And yeah, that's what I love about the show is their real world approach to superhero shit. And yeah, like if you are like trying to save somebody, and you may jerk too hard or something like that, you have superhuman powers, you might jerk their fucking arm off, and they have to take into consideration all that shit.
I mean, it does. I'm not trying to rush into ultra violence. Episode 6 is just a good episode.
It is a good episode. I just thought, like, at the very least, we need to mention the crux of the plot, which is he murders the Justice League for some reason, and Hellboy is there. That's about it. Like that, we don't need to talk about. We don't even need to talk about too much about the other stuff. But yeah,
Hellboy should be his name. Private Eye.
For me,
good
I
old
think
Helldick.
that he. Okay, so if I had to,
I like Helldick. Oh no! Now that's on the internet.
full disclosure, my problems probably arise more so earlier on. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm so clouded on that last episode, so don't worry, I'm on my high horse.
Yeah.
Of this is I don't care what's wrong with it. I was entertained, but up until that point, because I'm like you, like I really like the show.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily that I like all of the show. The book open and the book close are mwah. Yeah. And then there's some chapters in there that you're like, or that you start to see the flaws. Like for me, episode 2, one thing that pulled me out, but then I just was like, oh, TV show, I don't really care, was that's for me the first time where I said, damn, this animation is trash. This episode, this is bad. Because the Flaxons that come out here, baby 3D models.
Oh, yeah.
Look like
that a lot.
Looked like they did that on
like PlayStation graphics.
fucking Blender 3D.
Hey, well, I see, and I thought I was the only one who noticed that, like, the cityscape by the last episode was just a straight shitty 3D rendering.
But
like they just stopped animating at some point.
They said we didn't know it would be this big. And then from there,
Fuck it, we'll fix it in the Blu-ray. Just
While I do think that this job or this, it's tough because I almost feel like, and maybe they'll go, and I know they'll go into it in later seasons, but for some of the side characters, for some of the weight they hold to the plot, and things of that nature, there's almost like you want a little bit more context behind their backstory, or how the fuck did they end up in these certain positions?
Right.
Excuse me, but definitely something that we could get down the line. But yeah, from episode 3 and 4, because there wasn't really a point where I almost like checked out and was like, I don't want to watch this no more.
I absolutely did.
But there was definitely a point where I was like, I think it was episode 4, and the problem is,
Episode 4 is the Martian episode.
Genuinely can't even remember that.
oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that one.
Because it literally does this whole aside where, and it's all set up. Once again, all set up where they do this aside. They send his ass to Mars. He comes back and shit just keeps going. And I'm like, dog, like, what was the point of having this? But it's all set up because these are plot lines and things that can pull up down the line.
I'm gonna get the name wrong, and I'm looking at the cast list, and I still don't know who it is. But the black dude that's in every comic movie ever, who Star-Lord? He comes out in the Martian episode.
Jaimon Hansu?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Jaimon Hansu?
Yeah, that's who he's.
He's in that one too?
He's the Emperor of Mars.
What the fuck? Okay. Jesus.
And then, I mean, even Mark Hamill's in here. Come on.
Well, he's in every fucking animated anything.
Yeah. Mark Hamill's in everything animated. That dude is in everything that's not animated. So he just snuck into this one. Was like, is it cool?
Can I show up?
Of course it is.
But, you know, those sorts of things were what kind of detracted me from it. But like I said, episode 5 kind of gripped me back. And it wasn't even the violence from that episode. It was just it being real. And then the team getting fucked up kind of helped out. But then, episodes 7 and 8 were where they were. But episode 6 was another one where I was like, damn, it's the college one.
I like the college one a lot.
It was okay.
No,
So
for me, the college one was the one where I was like, damn, this shit sucks because there's no resolution.
That's when I started to hate Zazie Beetz.
Hell yeah.
I forgot her name actually in the show. Clearly everybody else did.
Amber.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, no, Amber sucks. And like anytime she was there, I'm like, God, I don't want to see you. Just go away. Can we go back to the plot? Where's Adam Eve? I like her. Where's she at? I'd rather follow her.
You just hate black women.
Oh, you motherfucker.
That's why you hate Amber.
Never. And I love Zazie.
Just to go back to episode 5, just for one hair, you didn't like
to.
You didn't like the plot with the black crime lord, and
I thought I liked it, but I thought it's no point in this. Why are we doing this?
I feel like that was one that set up kind of like,
it sets up future shit, but like
not even just sets up future shit, but it was just like how.
I mean, his dad was right. This is all morally gray, and he shouldn't have been involved.
Oh yeah.
Not only did it prove that to me, it was like Omni-Man has some experience in some shit, and he's just like, hey man, like even though you sound like a dick, being like that is beneath us.
Yeah.
He also was way out of his pay grade on that one. He went in underprepared. He was kind of just going off heart. The other thing that got me was that it also just showed like that the Guardians of the Globe, like, they ain't it, Chief.
No, that's the B team on top of it. So not even the B team, like the C team.
That's not even the Teen Titans.
No.
Like that's the backup. That's the Titans East or some shit. Like that's the backup crew, dog. But no, I think
at least they're not Fight Force.
That's the joke in the joke in the show.
So like the Fight Force is like the 4th ranking.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that.
See, again, I liked episode 5. It was just a lot of things to it. At that point, I'm like, all right, I get it. You're teaching them lessons. Life is. Again, that might be because I read the comic book.
I think it's a read.
And that's what it book. This show doesn't do enough different shit for people who have read that comic book to keep you interested like that. And I think that's its biggest detriment, because I've seen a million other shows based on The Boys. Fuck. Completely different from the comic book in a lot of aspects. Still beats, like JJ said, but it's enough new shit, new character things, this or that keep you interested. And this was just too much of a blueprint from that comic book to where it's like, dude, I already know where this is going. Speed it up, get to that end, man.
I differ from you, because number one, I also think that all those episodes played to better character moments later on, and also made me attribute why I like each individual character for what they're doing. But also number two, animation's totally different. Like, that's not just as easy as a reshoot. That's redraws. That's a bunch of other shit, right? So you keep it close to the storyboard so you can play it off later, right? Because to me, I'm like,
if you're not gonna do it right, don't do it at all.
They did it. They followed.
They did it too right. Yeah.
I was about to say, like, didn't you see Preacher? Like, you don't want to go too far.
I mean, Mortal Kombat. Did you not see Mortal Kombat? They went too far.
They went too far. Also. It's a healthy spot. It's a window. So I think The Boys is that window. It's that healthy. Okay, let's go with what we know. Let's add something new.
I guess I'm in the camp that's like, I think I'd rather have the flack of, oh man, this kept it close to the comics, than them going off the rails and fucking it up because
I got The Boys now, TJ. I've seen what it looks like when you do it right.
I will side with that, with what you're saying. If you're going to go like balls to the wall crazy or keep it close to the comic, I'd rather you swing the pendulum more close to the comic than balls to the wall.
Yeah,
because you have more chances to fuck it up, and comic book fans are ravenous. You have more chances to fuck it up.
Yes.
And piss off the comic crew. So I get, from my perspective, the big switch that they did was delaying that reveal. Like that, because like I said, that was out by like chapter 11 in the comics, right? And so the biggest benefit they did was delaying that reveal, because that's what made the last 2 episodes so impactful. Yeah. Because you're like, I spent an entire season with these fuckers, and when Omni-Man goes off and it's like, all right, fuck it. All right,
I can't do this anymore.
Y'all done fucked it up for everybody. Y'all just asked too many questions. Y'all could have asked.
You sound like Cecil.
Probably my favorite character.
I mean, hey, realistically, my biggest, if you want to know my biggest, like, I don't understand why they didn't just act. I would have acted like everything is cool, because how the fuck you gonna deal with this man?
Be on your best behavior.
Yeah, I'd be like,
what are you doing? Just
Mark Hamill's character had the right idea.
Bro, he was like Mark, what is it? His name was Art in the show, right?
Yeah.
Art was like, oh, I just need, because Omni-Man looks at him and is like, hey man, I just need to know you're on my side. Like, I have my guy in my corner. That nigga grabbed that beer. Yup. I am with the winning team.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know who didn't get fucked up in that last episode? Art.
That motherfucker watching shit on TV like everybody else.
He drinking with that, bro. He chilling.
Hey, the wife
When the
wasn't
wife showed up, and she's like, "Don't tell anyone about this," and he was like, "Bitch, I'm too scared to tell anyone."
How about you don't tell anyone about
Why the
this?
fuck you digging? Your man is the most powerful nigga on this planet.
She's probably the motherfucker that could probably help out the most, and she kind of crumbles at the end to where it's like, bitch, listen to me, okay? He could kill all of us. You're the only one he will halfway listen to. Be on your best behavior. Look, it is 2021. You're a woman of the new age. I get it. None of that barefoot and pregnant shit anymore. But in your case, yes. Whatever he wants, cook, clean, whatever he needs, you fucking do, and you do with a smile on your goddamn face.
They said he got there 20 years. I think. What did they give the time frame of how long he needs to take over the planet?
How old is
100?
Mark? 16?
He's 17.
17.
17. So,
Oh, damn, he's a senior.
so I would have been like, I would have told the crew, been like, hey, Guardians of the Globe are no more.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
just
cover
what it
for
is.
you, Omni-Man. Don't
We
worry
good?
about it. Yeah.
Hey, Omni-Man. Hey, you need to clean up. Yeah, you need to clean up Fight Force. Go ahead, dog. We good.
We don't need to know why. Don't need to know
There's
the why.
no yes, no's,
Yeah.
maybe so's. But that was, to me, that was my biggest critique of like, why the fuck y'all,
Yeah, why
y'all trying to
fight
piss off this
Knowing
guy?
good and goddamn well you can't stop him. You've tried. You've tested the blood. It's indestructible. Why are you trying?
Like, you're banking on the
you
kid
doing?
who ain't saved shit.
Yeah, this motherfucker who can't even grow facial hair. We're banking on him.
Like, let him cook for 3 years.
No,
Like,
yeah.
niggas fresh
Let
out
him
the oven.
mature.
Like,
Let him get some hair on his nuts. God damn, what are you
Or
doing?
his face. His dad's got that glorious mustache.
It's beautiful.
but they definitely pick up the pace in the last.
I'm sorry, real quick. Can Tom Selleck play Omni-Man? He's the only one with the mustache.
Is he still alive? What's he look
Blue
like today?
Bloods. Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
yeah, he's
He
still
just
alive.
does Blue Bloods. It's all in AARP commercials. That's about it. Go ahead.
Now I was saying that just in respect to the review time, right? Definitely a lot of how we feel and a lot of those how those things are important. But when they kick back in and when the plot really picks up the pace are those last 3 episodes, because it's really kind of a chaining events. The reason why I grouped 6 with 7 and 8 as well is because a lot of the stuff of like, hey, why Omni-Man's looking for Mark, like that's set up in 6.
I
as to, like, kind
I was about to say, like, I wouldn't group 6 just because of the college plot.
But like it's just like
I know that's the distraction. Like it's almost like Telegraph. It's like we need to send Mark away.
yeah, it's like it's why Mark's not present in 7, because Omni-Man might have not whipped so much ass if he saw Mark first. But I do think that in 6, the reason why I liked 6 was because to me that was the one that like it was genuinely like people being turned
Horrifying?
into monsters. Like I was like, yeah, the people just be turned into monsters. And you know what the episode ends off on? Yeah, they might get help.
Maybe not.
We don't know.
Well, they do explain a little bit of what happens because we'll go into everything they throw at Omni-Man in episode 8. But
It's a fucking gauntlet.
but episode 1, I didn't know that was Ezra Miller until
Which one?
he's the mad scientist with the grant that talks shit about everybody and turns people into mutants.
That was him?
yes.
What the fuck, man? I'm trying to think anyone who said anything in this shit is like at least a B-list celebrity then. Any line. Who
Probably.
the fuck was Monster Girl then?
I'll look it up right now. But
Gray Delis, the voice actress.
Okay, I don't know. I thought it was like Chloe Grace Moretz or some shit.
No, it
no,
was
no.
she played.
I was about
her
to
and
say,
the shrink
like-
person play the same character.
a couple.
Okay.
If you're a voice actor, you might be the only ones that nobody knows. Like I know Cyborg is in here somewhere. I've
Yeah, I know
heard.
Phil Lamar has a voice.
He's
somewhere
Is he Titan?
he might be Titan. But that's not important. Okay, look, I'm not calling out every single voice actor. There's a bunch of famous voice actors. Episode 6 was the one where, to me, it had the gravitas of like, hey, this is what happens when there's not repercussions, but it also sets up Amber for being terrible, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, hey,
Yeah.
So everyone's mad at Amber. I thought she made like a legit good point.
no, it's not that.
No.
It's.
I'm gonna be alone on that. Defending. I'm sorry. I will be here to defend black women.
No, it's
She
not.
doesn't represent them all.
No, the line.
Name another one in comic.
The line that
several
TV shows.
Oh, I can't.
the line that I have a problem with, or the kind of the line and scheme I have a problem with is that not only did she know, but she also just complained about it. It was like, yo, why couldn't you tell me? It's like, because you'll die and people will kidnap you.
Secret identity for a reason.
And you will not be okay. She's like, oh, I figured it out.
Yeah, that was the part that got me because
You have every.
that might be a valid excuse in like that universe. Like, hey, baby, I couldn't make it because I'm a superhero. But if I pull that shit like tomorrow, that's not working. It's like,
Yeah, from then on, that's when it's like, okay, now you know what's happening. All right, look, beast, I'm gonna fly off, right?
Yeah.
But up until that point, if you're like, hey, you knew, then why the fuck you giving me shit about it?
Yeah.
We might have an argument that I need to.
Why didn't you bring it up sooner? Like,
Why didn't you talk to me about
I'm
it?
saving the fucking world. Like, that's an important
You
job.
get my ass beat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. Like,
You on some high
you
school
didn't see the
bullshit.
nigga that
like,
beat me.
They are in high school.
That's not an excuse, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. When you have world-threatening things, you are not in high school anymore, sir. Hey, motherfuckers went to war in World War II. Do you think they gave a fuck about high school? No. They were worried about killing Nazis and just making it home so they could get laid, and there you go.
And
They
correction,
didn't- they
Mahershala
didn't- I was-
Ali was tight.
Jesus.
They also didn't go to war while they were in high school. That was after 18.
No,
make a
time out. In the olden times, I'm certain that
Yeah.
they just sent
What
you.
olden times? Are you
no.
talking about like Gettysburg?
18's still a teenager. Boy.
Hey,
still
look,
think-
anything.
They're not in high school though.
Doesn't matter.
Time out, Marco. Any time that black people weren't allowed to be, I don't remember, and that's pre 1950. So I don't. Fucking, if you want to really know, I don't fucking know. But all right, we can move it on, move it along. Like for the last two episodes, the gangbusters, what the memes are all about. Episode 7 or 8 pretty much are hand in hand. It's like a part 1, part 2.
Episode 7. We need to talk.
And episode 7 ends on that line where he says, "We need to talk." And one cool thing that, like, not only do they send him through this massive gauntlet of just,
Motherfuckers, he's already beaten.
like, they said, hey, look, we took out all the pain receptors, drugged him up, and pissed him off, and we know it ain't gonna stop you.
Have fun.
But
It'll
fuck
keep
it.
you busy for
Yeah.
a minute. That's all Cecil's thing is always. He knows it's not going to be just, we're buying ourselves some time.
I
here.
think it would have won.
It looked damn close. And a matter of fact, Cecil, you dumb fuck, send all of them at once. Not just one at a time. You send that big fucking Cthulhu motherfucker. You send the resurrected immortal man or whatever the fuck his name was.
That wasn't him.
Abraham Lincoln.
That was
that
the
was the twins,
B
yeah.
plot, because throughout all of these episodes, there's an entire B plot that we haven't covered,
Yeah.
featuring the Mahler twins, who I actually thought were really
I like the
interesting.
Mahler twins.
I love how they had they came along with the Run the Jewels soundtrack every time they're on the set, just
Yeah.
to prove that these blue niggas were actually niggas. But
Skeeter 2.0.
by the time but all of that
You're the
culminates with them bringing back not Invincible, Immortal, the Immortal.
Yeah.
And he comes in, and so essentially you're having this giant clusterfuck of shit happening in episode 7 that ends off with Omni-Man pissed off, eyes red, and Mark learning that his dad, or about to learn that his dad isn't a great dude. And for me, I was like, I don't know how they could have delivered more on the last episode than the way that they did outside of the animation department, because I do have my sticklers there. But from the start to about the 30-minute point, which is just 30 minutes of pure high octane ass beating.
Non-stop, yeah. It's literally non-stop. Just a non-stop ass beating for the vast majority of the episode. I shit you not. Just him getting punched repeatedly for a solid about 30 minutes. So
It's bad.
You feel it. Like it's like it's animation, but it's like, fuck, man.
Because
Jesus,
they
stop.
don't hold back in terms of the sound design, because the sound design in the show is actually
It's
very
good, yeah.
But no, he is literally just beating his son's ass, and a lot of people.
That's not till episode 8. Are we going into the final episode?
Yeah, like
already?
they're all
Oh,
together.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
pretty much all one episode.
It's
at
all
that
just
point,
one
yeah.
giant two-parter. But the whole point of that was a lot of people feeling sad about it. I was laughing.
I was laughing my ass off.
Shit was the funniest shit
Same.
I had ever seen, because I was like, yes, Omni-Man, beat his ass. I'm with Vulture. Because Omni-Man says, a line is like, we can bring higher technology, food, water, And also, I'm not only one. There is a squad of these niggas. I'm part of that empire that day. I said, I'm a Viltrumite soldier. Throw me out there because there are more than one. So if they can't deal with the one,
not even close.
He was like,
two of them will just destroy everything.
That's why part of that, I know that he was breaking it down like, oh, like age, da da da. He should have just said, nigga, no, I'm your dad and I'm beating your ass and I'm holding back.
Yes.
Like, there are some niggas who don't know you and are not gonna hold back.
Yeah.
So why are you even fighting? Why y'all struggling? Stop.
Just talk.
Have a conversation.
Quit trying to hit me. I'm trying to tell you something. Boy, pay attention. I just saw my father. And my father was a Viltrum. I can never pronounce it.
Viltrum.
You said it right.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's probably the same shit would have happened to me as well. Like, that's just a dad trying to teach his son, you're God. These people mean nothing. We can control them, so it is nothing but peace here, if you so choose. But no, you want to be a little asshole. And so, yeah, he got his ass beat. Well deserved.
I'm glad when the alien race comes, you're just all gonna lay down and just be like, "Yes, anal probe me, please."
No. See, with the Flaxons, I'm trying to box,
for one welcome our alien overlords.
Because they show multiple aliens in the series, right? If the Flaxons are trying to box, then Squid Fuckers, I'm trying to box. Viltrumites look like me. Hey, if a whole squad of them come over here, hey, we Gucci. You got Viltrumite women, we good.
They do. They do.
I know. I know that one. But I don't know. I've been kind of leading the charge in terms of the conversation. But for those last couple episodes, would love to hear what y'all guys.
This is my first time on the Switcher, and it's like I can just leave it on one. TJ's talking the most.
I'm trying to provide a structure.
You are, and I appreciate that.
I mean, you were fast forwarding the structure, which is fine because we still talked for an hour. But it was like, man, you really wanted to get to the end of the massacre of.
It's really all that matters, though.
In my ideal world, I would have broken this up into a review for episodes 1 through 4 and a review for episodes 4 through 8. In terms of consolidation and time frame, I'm going for relevance.
I was about to say, I think in your own. If you could control this, it would just be the Doom music and him just Omni-Man murdering millions of people.
It would be that, but also not seriously.
Do that in post.
But seriously, just in terms of time, I was like, let me make sure we get through the highlights because y'all ain't got. Fine, Marco, you want to talk about episode 3 and 4? Go ahead. What happened?
No, we can go towards the end. 3 and 4 are.
Yeah, no.
You have to look it up.
Go ahead.
The Mars episode is dumb. I mean, I know what it's setting up, but and then episode 3 is what? Oh, that's the Viltrumites, isn't it? No, it's just more.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
No, it's not nonsense. It's because everything between episodes 1 through 5 is world building, and that's what this show does well.
It does it too well for my liking. Too well for people who've read it already. Baby.
Well, that's the problem. I didn't read it.
I know. I'll forgive you guys for that.
And then, I mean, there's no dead episodes for me in the sense that, like, we just reviewed WandaVision. We just reviewed Winter Soldier. Yeah. You cannot watch 4 of those episodes and be fine. And
what do you mean?
I mean, like, the first episode of Winter Soldier is he goes to therapy. The last episode of Winter Soldier is, like, the fight happens in the first 10 minutes, and then they party on the boat for the
night. Okay with that, though. They deserve to party, Marco. They've been through a lot.
The first 3 episodes of WandaVision are all sitcom nonsense that don't actually add to the plot.
But it was cool and different.
You're giving excuses because you didn't know the story. You didn't know what was going to happen. And so for us, we're sitting there, we're like, oh, we don't know what's going to happen. It's cool to have these slower episodes.
Okay.
I never said they were the best.
Okay.
Never said they were, and I'm even joking around about, but.
It was tough for me to get through most of this show. It really was. It was very
How about
hard.
you get off your comic book high horse?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Bitch. Like, you get it. You read comics. That would be like me coming up here and being like, I read the manga. Let me ruin all anime for you.
Kind of did that.
I don't do that, actually. You want to get crunk, Tommy? I'll get crunk.
I want no part.
I was about to say, he can't do that because we haven't reviewed an anime yet.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do that because I'm
never will.
No, I'm starting to watch anime now, so I would like to do that.
Oh, yeah, he's watching Kill la Kill.
Watch Keijo.
I even got the game. So yeah,
that's a wholesome anime.
Anime coming soon, people.
Yes. Yes. Watch Keijo. A wholesome anime.
Okay.
For men of culture. Yes.
A lot of people.
That's the name of the show for Men of Culture, the anime.
Oh, beautiful. Perfect. But yeah, no, like, this was tough. Because I'm not a big animation fan in general. So you have to really just come out the box with some good shit.
You make no sense.
I don't like animation.
Fuck you. You're the only person.
What do you mean?
You're the only person here who could draw, and you're the one who's like, I hate animation. Like, fuck you.
I don't like.
You look at pictures and be like, nah, fuck this shit. Mine matter though. Like,
Well, my pictures don't move. Right? My shit's stationary. Like,
Well, that's good because some of these don't move.
You are correct.
the scene on Mars, I swear, they just took a cutout, like a PNG cutout,
It's just
put some smoke behind it, and
was
move that shit forward.
They were on the Mount Rushmore episode. They were going through trees. Those trees are pixelated as fuck. If you just for a second look at them,
And
you
they
can see
moving
just
kinda
the
quick,
heavy
though.
pixelation. No, it wasn't from moving quick. It's because they just like copied and pasted some clip
I forgot
art. of
what
trees.
episode it was that I was watching, but I watched it on my PlayStation instead of my Roku. I hadn't updated my Amazon app, so it was struggling. Like the PlayStation was like, "Bro, we can't recognize this code. It's like some future Amazon bullshit." I couldn't tell for like the first 5 minutes because I was like, "Oh man, the animation on this one's really, really bad." And then the little notification went off on the side, like, updated. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it wasn't the best animation here. But I mean, I guess you didn't have to. Story was there, I suppose.
Apparently not for you.
No. I love the first 3 episodes. I love the last 3 episodes and everything in between.
That's one episode.
What do you mean?
The first 3, the last 3, 4 and 5. Sorry, 2 episodes.
Basically, yeah. So, the rest of, like, I took a break in between the show because I lost interest completely. And then you were like, oh, we need to review that. I was like, oh, fuck, I guess I have to finish
Sir,
it
you
now.
chose to review this.
Was it my idea?
This was your idea.
This was your idea.
Tommy, you asshole. Oh, man. Yeah, because I had to struggle through those other episodes just to get to the
Yeah,
end.
I gave you options. I'm like, we don't have to review anything new.
Well,
And
it was
then
either this or Jupiter's Legacy, so I guess I'll rather
yeah.
have this.
I haven't been hearing good things.
Yeah, it's an abomination.
we could have
God damn
reviewed
it.
Young Rock.
It's okay. Invincible. Okay, yeah, no, I'm back in it now. Yeah, no, this was a great choice.
Young Rock, also a story about an asshole dad and teaching his son lessons.
Rocky Johnson was a hero, okay?
We might have to do that one. But no,
Right,
going back.
I'm down with that.
But just going back to the finale that TJ wants to talk about. Man, that have more people died on screen in a movie, in a TV show, or in 10, I don't know, in an
They took
hour
out
and
the city and did not hold back.
No.
And I still think that the train scene is like iconic in its own right.
I wasn't as impressed as everyone else.
I thought it was iconic in its own right.
It was cool.
I think it's a talking moment. Like, I saw the meme of the dude that's like happy in one frame and then the next one's like and it's just like train scene, and then for the happy one says Spider-Man 2 Invincible.
You weren't as impressed, but once again, that comes from your high ass mountain of seeing a bunch of comic book shit. So for the general market and medium,
Okay.
that is a very astonishing and blasphemous thing to see. Because granted, in anime, I've seen shit like that, like where niggas die like left, right, that's whatever. In a superhero animation, that they're showing a dude literally kill people, like while his head's being held up by his dad, that shit goes hard.
They didn't do much for me.
I saw a meme, just to go back to it, of Coco Diaz like being like from Spider-Man 2. If you want to get to Spider-Man, you have to get through him, and then it just shows blood red.
I'm walking the other direction. Like,
We already know you would bend over for Omni, man. We
goddamn right. I will still be alive. You guys have fun being dead. Shit.
This nigga literally Mark saved a black dude. Omni-Man came up, said, "Man, I missed one." Gink! I was like, why are you trying to fight that?
Not trying to at all.
Bro, like, look,
Period.
if an invasion understand that if an invasion comes through, I'm gonna be like, shit, my
I'm
people.
on your side, Omni.
I am on.
Need?
Yo,
I got you.
I'm like, my culture. We already had to do this with the British. I know what's up. Like, hey, I I'm a good.
This one could actually destroy some shit.
Hey, bro, like use me. I'll fight. I'll fight if I can. I really can't fight. I'll be a medic. I'll be the best medic we can. I'll patch you up,
some
buddy.
of that Viltrumite blood, just a taste.
I'm trying to be like Art. I'll design your costume. I'll put Gucci logos all over that shit.
Sometime? We don't have to talk about destruction at all. We can just go fishing, act like you're a normal dude.
Hey, bro, let you enjoy this planet.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. You know?
But y'all niggas out here, yeah. I mean, I know you in the art. I don't get it.
Don't do it, Marco.
Don't do it.
Go fishing with us.
I mean,
You're invited.
Dude, one of the first movies I ever saw was Gladiator.
God.
Conquered people should know they're defeated. Would they? Would I?
You definitely wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Miss you, my friend.
Bro, I'm gonna let you know if you post that group who's with me. I'm gonna say, not me, nigga. Not to me. I am not with you.
Yeah, not with
bit.
the Omni-Man. But see, I love, that's the thing about it. I know I'm kind of shitting on this thing. I love the story. I loved it when I read the comic. So I love the story. I love the whole twist of Omni-Man being like, yeah, fuck these people. And punk-ass Mark being like, no, Dad, I got it. I get it. Season 2. Let's see what you got. New shit, new characters, expand on characters, something for people who've read that shit, because if you haven't, you kind of got nothing. You really don't get anything out of it.
Dude, that is so spoiled a take to be like, I read the comic, so I deserve something completely new.
You just said how comic book fans are assholes. Yes.
And this is why they didn't do new shit. Because if it sucked, you'd be like, they should have just done what there was in the comics.
The boys did it.
That's one.
I don't give a fuck, TJ. If one can do it, anybody can do it. Use that as the blueprint. Move forward. No, standards have been raised. Standards have been raised thanks to Disney Plus. Don't throw it at me.
No, I was about to say, Garcon needs a refill. Yeah.
Standards have been raised. So when one person raises, and it's of the same company.
This is why DC can't get a movie right. Because
DC can't get shit right.
You're like the tester audience, and it's like, no, we need different things, completely
different. Me in
different.
charge of it, DC would be rolling with Marvel right now. Put me and JJ in charge. I'm pretty sure we could handle it.
I don't know about that.
Get that water in there, then we definitely.
I was about to say, like,
Marvel almost bought DC at one point in time.
They probably will. I'm sure they'll
90s.
get a chance if DC keeps doing the shit.
I was about to say, like, you want something new. That's how you end up with Halle Berry Catwoman.
I don't want that new. Again, I don't want crazy.
No, fuck
balance.
You can't pick what type new you get. You want new, bitch.
I said balance.
No, get that new shit, bro.
Balance.
Hey, all I'm saying is there's a reason why vanilla is a trusty flavor, but nigga out here, he's like, I want this green shit. He doesn't know if it's pistachio. He don't know if it's mint chocolate chip. He don't know if it's lime, but he wants that new shit.
It's all being a foodie.
And
He's the dude that goes. He's that one dude that goes to the ice cream flavors and picks the rainbow one because it looks cool.
Bro, he's like, I'm telling you, when your face get hit with that cilantro flavored green ice cream, that coriander flavored green ice cream, yes, your own fault.
You can't get good shit if you don't take risks.
Hey man, what you do is you do vanilla the first season, and then the next season that's when you get crazy with the toppings.
But I'm checked out. Your vanilla was trash.
No, because you know how I know it worked is because you sitting here like I'm ready to watch a season 2. So fuck you.
I didn't say I was ready. I said
no. So you're telling me you're not gonna watch season 2?
No, I might not, unless we have to review it. If not, I'm not gonna watch it.
You know we have to review it, so shut up.
I already know what happens though. So
actually,
Robert Kirkman clearly doesn't want to do new shit.
So now you in the script room too.
Well, if the motherfucker did what he did here, then I already know what's gonna happen because he didn't do shit extra. TJ.
You know what?
Easy money is what it was.
I was about to say he chooses what we review.
No Invincible season 2 then. If that's the case.
Well, my opinions on season 1 of Invincible are it's a very good television show to watch.
How are we rating this?
I still don't know our rating system.
We got to come up with a
I can explain the rating system.
Okay.
All right.
And I don't
have a rating system. Okay, TJ is he's going to downvote it. That's fine.
I don't like it already. I'm a rating review fan.
So we all know that networks have a certain quality for what they choose for their programming. FX is what we said was generally like good, not great, the 5 of the spectrum.
No, that would be TBS.
Okay.
See, there's too much opinion. This is why I don't like it.
Let's go percentage-wise, and then we'll figure this out later.
Well, I'm going to stick to it. Okay. And then we know there's channels that just show trash. Who has ever watched a movie on CBS?
They play movies on
Yes, they do. They show like Maverick.
On, like, Saturday mornings, the cartoons.
All I'm saying is
sponsored by like the local dealerships.
7, I don't know what's wrong with that rating.
I've never seen a Lifetime movie. Maybe that'll be.
This is why we can't use this system, because to me, I watch movies on Lifetime and Hallmark.
With some quality bad.
Bad.
I was about to say, like, Hallmark is like a 4 or a 3.
I'd say 3.
Percentages. Fuck it.
Okay.
Thank you.
The
and then we'll work the fine kinks out of this later.
Yeah, we'll come back.
I gave it an 85%. The 85 meaning that being hard carried by Omni-Man because because I do think that there's genuine value in getting from the first to last episode, and if you're like me or Marco, you'll warm up to it even during that lull. But to me, if I want to say 6, because I'll give you 3 and 4, or 3 and 4, we're like probably the weakest ones. If 6 out of 8 episodes are pretty solid or kept me entertained the majority of the time, then that's a pretty good win on my book, so I'll give it a solid 85%. Really excited to see what they're pulling out next. I still think that even if you don't like anything from this entire television show, just watch episode 8. That shit's heat.
Yeah, honestly.
Shit's pretty. No, you don't get to say that because you said you don't like it. So shut up.
I didn't like it. I said I was bored. Are you okay? Do you need like a Valium or something?
Nah, I'm kidding.
It's that beer. It's that fucking strawberry.
It really showed up, didn't it?
Nah. Getting my Omni-Man. Now you're gonna see my eyes. No, jokes aside, seriously.
He got his eyes poked out to be red.
85%. I think it's a very good show. I think that it deserves to be watched from their performances alone. Like, even if you don't like the story, I don't think that there's a single moment that you'll be like, these performances are bad. And so a lot of the art, the animation needs a lot of work next season, which I do think they'll get the budget for now that they know the craze. And I do think that a lot of the other aspects that were a little bit of a lull, we took the hits of setup now to get nothing but like back-to-back delivery on the next things. Because by the time, if you're not familiar with the comics at all, by the time Invincible gets to like the middle, and all the way to the end, shit just keeps happening. So like, they needed to do the setup stuff now to keep everything a little slow, and I really enjoyed it.
I'll go next. We'll go from the sensible side to the comic side that we're bored. But I really dug this show because the first season of everything is always world building. Like, despite what anybody ever says, like, name your favorite show. If it's going to be Lost, if it's going to be Buffy, they always say skip the first season, skip the first couple of episodes because it's world building. So what we got was really good. I have no idea what this comic was, so unlike you, I wasn't bored when they were building the world. Right. So my issues come from a different place. One is, because they're teenagers, there are moments of comedy, and this has the weakest comedy of probably any comic TV show in a long time.
Very little humor.
Not a lot of funny.
Yeah.
It probably is as funny as the Green Lantern DC movie. Like, that's the level of jokes where it's just they don't hit and they're just kind of awkwardly there.
They move past them pretty quickly, though. To be fair.
Yeah, because they tell a joke and then somebody gets torn in half. But
yeah.
I hope that the comedy is another area of improvement. I'm with you there.
I don't like the soundtrack for this. It feels like Run the Jewels was just like shoved in. Like, almost all the modern music is just shoved in.
Oh, I did not mind the Run the Jewels parts because they anytime the Molotons were on there, I'm like, okay, like that's what they're doing.
That's their theme.
The rest,
music,
I'm with you. Like,
yeah, I got it.
They're like the flying through the city. I'm like, shut up. No. play some generic ass triumphant shit. I'm good.
Right.
The voice cast was amazing. Like, to get Ezra Miller to just be a dude that gets beat up.
Get Mahershala Ali to play a character who's in one episode.
Yeah, you got the
That's
Flash
probably all
Blade.
they could afford.
All the budget was in the cast. That's all it was.
Oh, clearly it didn't go to the animation, so that makes sense.
On that note, the animation is very PS1 like level panning. Anytime it involves the camera pans over a landscape, it looks like a Mega Man PS1 graphic. Like, it's bad. But that being said, the story is solid. I guess there was no other way to end it. It kind of ends like on a somber note.
It's not very positive.
No.
Not at all. But yeah, I mean, and I think the ending worked to set you up for another season that I won't be watching.
I mean, they definitely set it up in the way it's like, next time on the adventures of Invincible, like, he's going to fight this guy, he's going to fight that guy. Like, they set it up. It's like, all right, you've perfectly built this world. I don't know what happens now because everything in this season was the struggle of fighting my dad, and now dad is fucked off into space. So it's going to be one of the story beats that they haven't really hit on. So it's okay. Like, I would rate this like a 6 out of 10. So I'm going to rate it a Showtime.
Okay, about 60%, 60% or 50%.
There is what I'm not worried about, but an Invincible story, and I think y'all two know. There's one thing I have no idea how they're gonna do or handle in the show.
Is it what
I think we're all thinking the same thing.
I'm like, I don't know. I like Mark too much to make a I'm like, I don't know how y'all guys are gonna do this. If they skip it, I might be like, hey, like they can't
They
do
really
it.
can't.
But
I mean,
I don't know how they're gonna do it.
there's a story beat in The Boys that they've developed so much in one way that they're not gonna do it. Like, it's impossible to do it at this point.
We don't know. We'll see. That takes creativity, Marco. Not a lot of that in this show.
Well, hey, I mean, if they danced damn, this Robert Kirkman, because that also happened in The Walking Dead, but they shifted that. They didn't.
Yeah, they quick backstep shift. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. I'm not looking forward to that episode. I'm gonna be sad.
That's gonna happen.
On to you guys.
JJ.
So this is a show that I would highly recommend binge watching. I'm not someone that binge watches a lot, but if you're familiar with the comic, and seeing as how you guys probably have listened to this review, you're now familiar with the story, I would say binge watch it. All of the same complaints that Mark had, I sort of have. The animation dips at points, the soundtrack. While there are some songs that I did enjoy, mostly Run the Jewels, there's a lot of stuff on there that I'm like, eh.
Did you really need to go and have like somebody's indie playlist for every sad moment?
It was really Amazon just flexing Amazon money.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
And I'm like, put them dollars and give Mark a lick. Like, I'm good.
Quality animation. That would be nice.
Like I said, the run the duels thematically, like, just have it make thematic sense. Of like, if you want to do the soundtrack thing, have certain characters be grouped up with certain music. Like Miller Twins, if they keep on doing the Run the Jewels things, keep it consistent, I'm like, cool, that's fine.
You know, if Tommy gets to complain about, like, I already saw this in comics and it was done better, like, for, like,
I didn't even say
story
it was
bits.
done better. I just already saw it.
Okay,
It's done pretty much the same.
My thing with this season was that the sort of crux of it is the mystery of to why Omni-Man is Vegeta. And someone that read the comics and now someone that's listened to this review, yes, the Viltrumites are Saiyans. I know this.
Yeah.
No, they're like Saiyans and Krypton's crotch. Kryptonians?
Kryptonians.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that, like, when it comes to the soundtrack, at the very least, we're so far along where Guardians of the Galaxy, Baby Driver have flawlessly tied music into the background.
I don't think that's a fair comparison. Baby Driver's not.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't like Guardians of the Galaxy, so.
All right, well, you're wrong on that one, but
You yell at me.
we can debate this later. But
Sorry, Jay.
If I were to give it a channel, I think, yeah, Showtime is probably the channel it would be on. You're not wrong there. I would probably rate it slightly higher than you, Marco. I would go with the 75, I think. Especially if you're not familiar at all with Invincible, this is a good stepping point.
Yeah, if you've watched Invincible, or you've read Invincible, excuse me, I'd probably be more in your camp too. Like,
Yeah.
I think 85 is for new watchers.
Give it a 50.
Okay.
That's it. Like, I mean, fuck, man. I'm sorry, I said it already. I've seen it. Animation ain't that great. Voice cast, fantastic. Story itself, great. I'm not saying the comic is better than the show. It's on par. It's just, I've seen this shit already. It's just deja vu. Because he decided not to do much new shit. He expanded some characters. We learned a little bit more about them. that's about it. And if you read the comic, you kind of get to that point with those characters anyway. You just got there a little bit sooner here. And that's the thing. Like, if I hadn't seen it at all, I'd probably be like a 90, 95 if I went in completely blind and fresh. But the fact that they just, for us, comic fans, Robert Kirkman, your bread and butter, you didn't do shit really for us that we hadn't already seen. So, yeah, 50%.
Oh, yeah, bread and butter. How many Invincible fans are there out
So
there?
TJ,
It's quite a few, actually. It's a popular comic.
no,
Press the click underneath. I want the audience to see themselves.
Oh.
Underneath there.
I know what you mean, but
give
it
them
was
some
like
shine.
the TJ has read most of the chats as they've come out.
Yeah,
Unless you want us to say these emojis, like we're literally.
They got excited.
But
They like to see themselves.
great review, gentlemen.
Yeah, I thought it was. You got angry, DJ. Are we cool? Are you angry with me? You haven't blinked since you've looked at me, which has it's got me a bit concerned.
Think, Tommy. Y'all about to see me think.
No.
I was about to say, like, if me and Sam have got into it on the last podcast, I'm
Yeah, I'll
sure.
let you guys have that one.
I'll hold grudges.
No, it's fine. I respect the man's opinion. Why are you staring at me like that?
I'm looking at you like nothing, dude.
God damn, they're here, okay? Fuck, take the money. God damn.
You know I don't need it.
Oh, no, you don't need it.
Take that back.
That is true.
All right, guys. So we're gonna show a little commercial, play a little bit of musical chairs, and Sam, I think, is gonna take this seat. TJ is gonna take off, and we're gonna talk about, I guess, Carnage.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's the attitude that you have.
We're
for
all
this
so
movie.
excited for that one.
But
Indeed.
Yay.
yeah.
Hey everybody! There we are. Welcome back. We switched microphones and seats, and everybody. They didn't switch over there.
It was musical chairs.
They were comfortable over there. They were fine. But guys, so you guys got the Invincible out of your system. A lot of arguing about a show I never saw, so it was actually really good that you guys
read
did
the
it.
comic.
Oh no, I'm not gonna read. As a matter of fact, Tommy, just to recap your review, I'm gonna watch it just so I don't have to read. Because once again, reading's for suckers. I'm kidding. We're gonna get sponsored by Scholastic Book Fairs.
We need kids to read.
We need
Sammy.
the
That was
Scholastic
wildly
Book Fair
irresponsible.
to
For
sponsor
adults?
us. No, just to sponsor. Scholastic Book Fair with booze would be delightful.
They just come and take over a bar for a little bit.
Right, and I would just buy
Shit, how to draw Nintendo characters. I'll take 12.
Oh man, no, I just the problem is though is I'd end up with the poster anyway, or like how to draw anime. Somebody unlocked a memory on Reddit where it's like everyone had this how to learn how to draw manga art book. It was like a blue book with a manga character just like his face off to the center. I had that book, and apparently everybody had that book that did that. And I actually have
I think Edward still uses it.
I have a poster. It's a kite, actually. It's a project I did when I was a kid. It's in my closet that I stole directions from that manga thing. So I have a manga drawing for this one book report I had to do where we had to make a kite, and I did it the night
Was it
before.
good?
It's
What'd you
terrible.
get on it?
It's probably really bad. I think I got like a 70, and I did it the night before.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
procrastinate.
All the time.
I'm saying, I can't say anything.
I was the type of kid who, hey, mom and dad, can we go to Kinko's at 8:35 p.m.
Yeah.
the night before?
Yeah,
To
same.
make to bind the book reports. Remember when that was a thing?
Yeah.
Where you couldn't just print out the fucking. I never had to bind shit in college, but in elementary school, you
I
had
had
to
to bind shit in college.
Did you?
Yeah.
I never did.
I didn't either.
I get 10, 20-page reports stapled. There you go.
it.
None of this binding nonsense at Kinko's. I never used that service once after middle/high school.
Oh, well, wait. Yeah, no, I did have to bind some shit now I think about it.
Nope, never had
The
to.
rings in there.
Yeah.
I didn't use the rings. I used
Actual
the
binder?
pre-made binder or whatever that you just put the papers in. And then
Oh no,
stuff.
that's fine.
Rich bastard. I just had not the individual rings. And just,
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the ones where you had to have like the laminated cover and shit. You didn't have to laminate any book reports.
No, because the first thing was laminated.
Whatever.
Like, you just put it in the thing. It's a cover.
We didn't have that in our University of California system. It was very, as lucrative as that business is of them taking tuition, a lot of shortcuts made.
Yeah.
We paid a lot of tuition for us to pay for printing. Let's put it that way.
College was on a fucking beach. by the
It
way.
was very much on a beach. It was very nice. But you know what else is on the beach, or rather the bay?
Your friend.
Our
from
friend.
Your state.
He's from
your state.
But
so.
somehow the Daily Bugle's in the Bay Area as well. But look at that, the Bay Area making that call back there, because we're talking about right now the new trailer, guys. You excited for Venom 2? There will be carnage. You excited, Tommy? You look excited. JJ, you look very excited for this Spider-Man property that has no Spider-Man in it. Marcos, I can't say. Oh, there you are. You don't look excited for it.
I mean, I'm always excited for Woody Harrelson, but I do think this kind of ends his his hot streak.
He was on a hot streak.
I was telling Sam before this, there was a good 6 years. It didn't matter how small the role is. If John Goodman's in it, I watch it because he had a hot streak from what's the movie where that's the Coen brothers or whatever? Anything that he was in the
with the Coen brothers.
And then it was like,
Art there.
Yes, that was what I was exactly looking for. But from there to Men Who Stare at Goats is you ruined your hot streak, man.
He was good in Cloverfield Lane.
It comes back. That doesn't mean you're never allowed to make a good movie. And for Woody Harrelson, he's been on a hot streak since probably No Country for Old Men, and this probably ends it.
Oh, this will absolutely end
Wait,
it.
when the hell was Rampart? I know that one's bad.
That was after.
Okay.
That was before. That was
That was
before
before?
No Country. Yeah, that was terrible. In the Fendor, That was bad.
Hey guys, but Woody Harrelson in the movie, we know and love him.
Hey, he's a staple here.
You're right. And what's his character name? It's in the actual comic books.
Oh, Cletus Cassidy.
Cletus Cassidy. Yeah. What a name, baby. What a Cletus. And then we got everyone's favorite hunky man for all the tough guy movies. We have Bane. Tom Hardy.
Max.
Oh, it's Mad. He's Bane and Mad Max. He's a lot of things. Is he? Is he more Mad Max than Bane?
He's more Mad
He's
Max.
more Warrior to me in certain ways. That movie Warrior.
Yeah,
solid fucking movie.
He's everyone he's ever played.
Exactly. He's Bronson. Just massive. And here he is back again. We'll watch the trailer right now so we can get our reactions to it.
Get this shit over with.
But yeah. But I kind of want to talk about what they're implying for the future of the Sonyverse? It's not even Spider-Verse.
I mean, that's the linchpin of the whole goddamn universe. Is Spider-Man. All these characters are offsets or just Spider-Man characters.
Right, and we'll get into that discussion. What's up, man?
Quick note, because everyone's like, oh, he's Mad Max, he's this, he's that. I just learned he got knocked out by Shia LaBeouf.
He did.
No,
There's a story behind it.
There's a story behind it.
Story, yeah.
He was roughhousing with Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf threw him down some stairs.
I heard Shia LaBeouf is accountable.
No, that was Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer was a cannibal.
Yeah, Armie Hannibal was the
That's a real thing. I know you were making a joke, but Armie Hammer is a real cannibal. Shia LaBeouf is just an insane man.
a psychopath. Yeah.
And he probably touched and violented some girls.
Does it shock you?
Allegedly. Allegedly, we don't know. But people were saying,
he's a loose cannon.
He's a loose cannon. Yeah. He's kind of a weird guy, but we're not talking about him. And he eats people, allegedly.
Doesn't Carnage eat people?
Yeah.
I mean, Venom eats people. Yeah, you're right.
JJ, where are you getting this that he is eating people? I have not heard this rumor.
It was a meme on the internet. It was a song. Look it up. It's more entertaining than the trailer we're about to watch.
Well, we can't have that, JJ. So let's get into it. The very first, the world premiere. This probably I think was supposed to come on last year. COVID. Yeah. Another victim of COVID now coming out of the woodworks.
A bad thing.
You're right.
Let that one out, but yeah, another victim of COVID. Another movie that we could have done without. And yet we can't get Black Widow, but we can get this shit.
Black Widow's coming.
I don't really want Black Widow.
I don't either, but I don't want this either.
Right. Given the choice.
Take it back. Bring Invincible season 2.
You guys stop bickering about a separate episode that's going to be split up. Go watch the review on SoundCloud, Spotify, all that stuff. Go listen over there.
It's called continuity for our listeners.
Yeah, if you watch the whole thing, it's going to be on Twitch and on our Mexcellence Archive on YouTube. Just look up Mexcellence Archive, and you'll find there's lovers quarrel about Invincible Season 2. But until then, let's take a look at this trailer for Venom. I think it's Venom 2. I think that's the official
Electric
Boogaloo. No 2.
It's
just Venom.
Yeah.
There will be carnage.
Wait, ...
Carnage,
because it's a pause in the trailer. So the word carnage gets its own little moment.
I really hate all of this. Let's take a look at the trailer and come back with our reactions. Only in movie theaters. That's such an old-timey phrase.
At least it won't be on my television because I'm not going to see it.
At least they won't be poisoning any of my streaming services.
Well, and by the way, it's Let There Be Carnage. More poetic.
You saw Venom, right? The first one?
Unfortunately, yes.
Why is he wearing a high school Letterman jacket?
That shit wasn't in the first Venom, nor was fucking Venom being
No,
it
didn't
wasn't
he wear
a comic duo.
Right. He wasn't Satchmo.
Yeah.
I see trees are green. Hi, Mrs. Chen.
None of that shit. He was like he was in the comics, which is an alien and very stoic and very matter of fact, because that's how Venom is in the comic books. Things are very black and white for him.
And he's not from Detroit even. He's they established that he's from New York.
Foley's jacket. What is that?
I don't know, man. I don't know
whole
what they're
thing
doing.
It's baffling. From a movie that was already bad, this shit looks far worse.
Right.
Which is insanity.
Right. So let's start off here. So
And you took my favorite fucking villain and you fucked him up.
Tommy, we'll get there. We'll get there.
At least he's played by a good actor. Doing a bad performance,
Oh,
but
God.
not good in here. So let's take a look. So look, guys, no eating people, and so it starts off just comedic. And comedic in like a slapsticky way where it's like, hey, Venom's a wacky roommate. We've all had a roommate like Venom, right?
Perfect Strangers 2.0.
Right. And he's making
Yeah.
breakfast, and it's like, I don't know what the tone is going for, because obviously when you watch the first movie, it's been a while since I've seen it.
oh, I know the tone it's going for. It's trying to be Deadpool level.
Oh, is that what it's
I
trying to
hope
be?
No, you know what it's trying to be? Did you see the original?
I didn't see the original,
It's a
but
scene
but
in
this
the
this
original.
is Ted Deadpool comedy all written all over it, but
Deadpool's
badly
actually
done.
funny.
Well, that's what I said. He asked, "What is it going for?" Not if it's succeeding at going for it.
I don't think it is. I think it's going for one scene in the original that people seem to love, which I hated. Where it's very comical. Venom's taking over like Brock's body, and he's getting overheated, and he's in this fancy restaurant, and there's this big tank of lobsters, and he can't help himself, so he
Right.
dives into the lobsters because he's burning up, and he starts eating raw lobster, and it's all funny and comical.
Right.
And apparently that was, to a lot of people, the best scene of that movie. That seems to be what this whole thing is. That one scene expanded into an entire movie.
Right. And someone was like, I can't wait to see this on the Denny's tie-in right here. This breakfast with beans and fucking sausage or whatever. But it's so interesting because
It's just a scramble. That looks good.
that's the grand sandwich. What are we, Denny's? We're looking for sponsorship too, Denny's. Baby, come back to me. You know I love you, Denny's. But no, the problem I had with the first movie was that it tried to bring in a character completely removed from Spider-Man. Yeah. Let's just start there because we'll get to that part in the second part after the actual review of this trailer. So you have Venom. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves Venom. He's a cool character. I'm gonna eat your brains. All that shit. It's cool. And then they made him then they made Eddie Brock kind of just slurry, little, just Eddie Brock. I'm a news reporter, and Tom Hardy's very mumbly. No, but he's boring. In these movies, he's fucking boring, and he's not a real interesting character.
He has a Brooklyn accent.
Sure. That's not character, Tommy.
It is in a Venom movie.
Because Venom also, I don't know.
He has a Brooklyn accent, a Detroit jacket,
and he's in San Francisco.
There's no way of telling where you're actually from, is there?
I just figured out he's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh!
Jesus Christ, that's a deep cut. But so they make him boring. He doesn't seem very exciting even in this trailer. He's not doing anything other than talking to the same Asian lady. He's like, hey, Mrs. Chen, how you doing? Whatever. Protect you from the evil gang members. And you think that at the end of the movie when Venom ate that last gang member, people would stop fucking with Mrs. Chen. Yeah. You think rumor would get out. It's like a motherfucker got eaten.
A monster protects Mrs. Chen.
Right.
Yeah.
You think it'd be over, but it's not. So they make Venom. They've just completely said, you know what? Venom is a cartoon character. It's a comedy. He's gonna listen to the radio. He's gonna make smoothies, and Brock is just gonna be just the straight American cool guy, as Keith put it in there, right? Just the straight man making Venom the character that we all like. But the problem with making Venom the character we all like is that we all have some sort of familiarity with Venom as a bad guy, a villain, not an anti-hero, not somebody that we like.
He's an anti-hero now.
Right. Well, in the comics,
originally, no, he was a villain.
In the comics, they made him an anti-hero, if I'm not mistaken,
Because
right?
he's so popular, then what can you do?
Right. You can't just make him keep dying from Spider-Man.
Right.
You got to make him, fight
Join
other
forces, all
more evil Venoms.
Yes,
which is the
that's
whole
all his
premise.
rogues gallery is.
Right.
Yeah.
The Sasuke treatment. I got it.
Right. And so in this movie here, they introduce, what's his name? Cleese Clinton.
Cletus.
Well, he was
Cletus
in the
Cassidy.
last one, I think.
He was in the stinger of the last
The
one.
last with a terrible wig.
And with a terrible wig. And what I don't understand here is the way he's talking. He's like, oh, Eddie Brock.
You're my only friend. Remember the times we were hanging out in Brooklyn watching the Detroit Lions game?
We don't, but that's the thing. He goes and visits him, if I'm not mistaken, in that stinger.
Yes.
He's going as a reporter to report on an evil bad guy who's murdered a fuck ton of
serial
people.
killer,
He's
yeah.
a serial killer locked in ultra maximum
Ravencroft,
prison,
yeah.
Ravencroft, not Alcatraz, and
Not Arkham.
Which is basically Arkham
not Arkham.
for
Yeah,
Marvel, yeah.
right.
Go ahead.
Has him behind bars and says, "Hey, I want to interview you," or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, guys, but don't worry about it. There will be carnage." And everyone's like, "Oh, he said carnage." That's the thing. There's no established relationship with those two characters at all, if I remember correctly.
What,
And
in
from
the
in the,
comic
la-
or in the-
in the last
The
one,
movie? No,
in
that
the
was
last
just
movie,
that last thing.
and in the comic,
Yeah.
Enlighten Me.
They've made that basically his Joker. Essentially, which it's more Spider-Man's, but
Right.
he doesn't exist here right now. He's out on business. So yeah, the comic has really shifted it for Carnage to be his Venom's arch nemesis, and Carnage is not very PG-13 friendly.
Right. No, he's like
At all.
the Cassidy. He's like a serial murderer,
Let me
gruesome,
put
killed
it
his
this way.
family,
This
if I'm not
sums it up
mistaken.
perfectly. You put Venom and the Joker in one, that's Carnage. That's what Carnage is. He's that level of crazy and psychotic, and he just wants to murder and cause destruction.
And he came around,
gets
what, the
joy at
80s?
90s at
90s.
90s,
So
yeah.
you get it. 90s, a new 90s
His
villain.
name is Carnage, dude. It's writing that line called
Extreme.
Edge.
Yeah.
Right.
It's one called Riot, for fuck's sake.
Right. I'm surprised he wasn't called X.
Exactly.
But like, so if you guys are familiar with comics and how things were in that era, everything was to the nth degree. Everything was extreme and radical and a riot
max, yeah.
to the max with 3 X's,
Exactly.
And so Carnage is that character where I don't know if in the 2021s we have room for something like that. We'll see.
Oh, fuck. I don't
But think
know.
about it,
But yeah,
and a lot of people are
he has
mad.
Joker vibes.
Right. But do you think so? With that knowledge, that's a good way to describe it to the layman like myself.
Right.
Do you think that what Woody Harrelson is going for in this trailer is Joker-esque, and is it correct?
The very little I saw, it actually is.
Because
shockingly.
he's like, hey Eddie, I miss you a lot. Why so serious? It kind of that's actually a perfect way to do it. If he said why so serious,
Yeah. He's not a serious. He's jokingly kills people. Like he's always got like a creepy ass smile on his face. Like that's the character.
Right.
So what I've seen so far, even that horrible stinger from the last movie, yeah, he's accurately doing that. I mean, we need to see more of it.
right.
But it is accurate.
Right, and once again, no established relationship between the two of them in this cinematic universe.
But
Okay,
years have passed, Sammy. So apparently they became pen pals or something.
I
Or she
guess.
visited him several
Have
times.
years passed? I don't. Well,
we don't know. I mean,
maybe.
he's-
don't know, yeah.
he doesn't have that shitty wig on, so maybe he got some time has passed. And now Eddie Brock is like, all right, I got to look at the research. And then who is this guy?
We see him
who this is?
everywhere.
He's in everything, but the hidden victims of Cletus Cassidy, the Daily Bugle, being in print form, MCU, is an online thing. So the reason why I bring up the MCU, and I'll introduce it slowly but surely, is that Venom is inseparably a Spider-Man character. There's nothing we can say or do about it that doesn't
His
make
design
that so.
is basically Spider-Man's entire design.
Exactly, but no big spider logo, none of that.
His origin, he was Spider-Man's suit for a period of time.
Right.
That's what he was.
Right. And then, so where they're setting up, Carnage, I miss you, Eddie Brock, we're friends. We've known each other for a long time. Then this lady comes out of nowhere. Do we have any idea who this lady is?
Fuck that is.
Do we have any reason?
Yeah, dude, that's Morbius.
He comes later.
No, it's not. Oh, Joel Edgerton was that guy, by the way. He looks way different. But that was the guy reading the Daily Bugle. But I want to look up who this lady is because
You got to watch like a trailer later tonight where it's like all the Easter eggs and blah blah blah.
right, but why is she in there?
It's probably another symbiote.
But I don't. Why? There was already 17
That's
symbiotes
actually
in
right.
the first
We-
movie.
It's
No, Riot was in the last one.
Oh,
yeah.
But-
It's lots of them, Sam.
Right, because
They
if I'm
all
not
have
mistaken,
those edgelord names.
right, Savage, Riot.
Randy.
I still like mine. Randy's the one that he's in the back.
Randy's a little
Hey, you
special.
guys! Like Randy.
But we don't like Randy. But no, but like there's a whole Venom world or a Venom planet in the comic books, so they can make Infinity Venoms, and she's probably going to be an Infinity Venom too.
another
Why?
generic one.
Because they can have a girl one. Because they made Eddie Brock kiss himself or Venom kiss somebody. I remember it was very
Yeah, she's also one.
erotic. It was very weird.
Yeah,
So she's going to be an extra Venom. Cool. Why do we need another Venom? We already have
All
Carnage.
Venom has Sam.
But we already have Carnage.
Doesn't matter.
And look at now he's being Batman climbing up the thing.
Let-
Oh, he's got a
let's-
stick.
Let's
I
look
wonder
at
what that
this as
stick is.
a kind of smart, strategic kind of thing, just for a little bit.
'Kay.
Who can he fight?
Besides
the-
someone like himself.
Besides
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man is in the MCU. Like, what's left? Is it like?
Nothing.
Why, there's
it's
that
like-
white
'cause I
Venom.
know they wanna make-
Anti-Venom,
Anti-Venom, yeah.
who's white and black.
I know they want to make Morbius. I know they want to make a movie for some reason out of the Hunter dude.
Craven the Hunter.
Kraven, yeah.
Well, everyone loves Craven the Hunter. Like I said, I want to get to that a little bit further. I want to get through this trailer, and then we'll talk about the repercussions of
But
this trailer.
that's just what I mean strategically. Who can he fight that isn't?
I mean, who does Sony have left?
that's what I'm trying to ask. It's like-
Do they have Namor? I don't know if they have
Maybe
Namor.
not. He's back at Marvel.
Okay, good.
But like, yeah, like this is his guy. This is his Joker. This is Lex Luthor. This is main enemy. People love Carnage. Some people love Carnage more than fucking Venom.
Right. People like Lobo too from DC.
Lobo's
They
psycho.
shouldn't. No. What I'm saying is that he's very extreme too.
Super extreme.
People like extreme characters
Deadpool.
more than they should.
Yeah.
Deadpool found a
Deadpool's
meta.
incredibly
Well, he found a meta in the
Deadpool was
Breaking the
created
Fourth
by
Wall.
Rob Liefeld.
True. Oh, okay, well, you didn't know Robert.
Yeah, he makes those big puffy chested.
worst. Yeah, some of the worst
Every
drawings
other
you'll see.
character is Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yes.
I kind of like Lobo just because he's.
Of course you do. You are Lobo. you're on the short list immediately with Lobo.
But I mean, as dumb as he is, he's no less dumb than Ghost Rider.
No.
well, Ghost Rider's dumb as shit too.
Yeah,
But he's
except
like
the new
Ghost
one,
Rider
but-
and Deadpool mixed in one character.
that's what I mean.
Doesn't
Like,
give a shit.
if you can accept, it's just that if the design is cool, I'll accept it.
Right.
That's where I come
and,
from.
No, and Venom's awesome. Like when he's done properly, and Carnage is even better when done properly. But I don't know who's making these movies, but they ain't doing it justice. But like even
I'd rather see a Lobo movie than a
oh,
Carnage
me
movie.
both. Shit.
But here's the problem with this movie, and the problem with Venom already from the first one is that Key's in the chat, female symbiote. Sure, but
all you got.
but why?
That's all they got.
So they can make a Venom booby with boobs toys. Like, are young girls going to be like, I want to be girl Venom? No, girls, if they're watching Venom and like Venom, they want to be fucking Venom, okay? You don't need to make a girl everything.
I mean, they exist in the.
I know they exist in the comic books, but if this is Venom versus Carnage,
Yeah.
why
You don't need any other distraction.
why add Paul Giamatti as the Rhino in this movie? It's exactly the
Oh
same
man, they could have
thing.
put Rhino in this movie.
Oh, they could have.
Well, we'll get to that, but but there's also rumors though.
Did Two-Face have to be in the Dark Knight? You had Heath Ledger's Joker, which could have held the entire thing. They just do it to just cover all bases.
Right. And then they do shit like this, where now there's rumors again, that Tom Hollandaise is going to be in
Gotta make a
this
cameo.
cameo.
Hollandaise?
I called him Tom Hollandaise, yes. And no, but so they got look at guys. See, it's a spider. We don't have the rights to Spider-Man, or we do have the rights to Spider-Man.
It's theirs.
They're borrowing, or they're giving
they
it.
lend it to Marvel.
Yeah, it's like a baseball
And
trade.
what a step down.
Right.
That would be for Spider-Man to be in this shit.
But look, he squashes the spider. They put that in there for a reason, guys.
While he's saying the line, "The rescuer never shows up," or something like
Is
that.
that what, wait,
Yeah, that's what the line says right before he.
oh, I lost the audio. Is he?
He smashes it.
Oh, I muted it here. Let's see here. Let's come back to it.
Who do we leave behind? And how do we leave them? Waiting in the darkness for the rescuer who never comes.
But Spider-Man hates both of them. He's the villain, or he's the hero.
Tom Holland days can't hate anybody.
He really
Mr. Venom, I'm sorry. All I think now, the way I said that, I just think of Tom Holland, Spider-Man, Peter Parker as Morty. Oh, jeez, Venom, I'm sorry. Mr. Stark, I didn't mean to mess everything up.
So accurate. Could you think of anybody else playing Morty in a live action Rick and Morty?
No, but like my dad hates Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He's like, he's such a fucking complainer. He's such a whiner. I hate it. He's like, Tobey Maguire was at least whatever, but he does not like Tom Holland because he's just a big complainer. But yeah, geez, Venom, you didn't have to eat that lady over there. He wouldn't fit.
He doesn't. His chemistry, I don't think. I think I would like to see him and Tom Hardy in something else together. Sure, but
right.
In this, no, because those are two universes that don't match.
They don't
Sony,
match.
what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know.
Marvel set you up nicely, and you can't fucking help yourselves. Like, you suck at this.
Right. Look at
Universal's not trying to make Hulk movies.
Like he's just
So fuck it. They're like, look, we're not even gonna attempt. Y'all got it.
To be fair, they tried.
They tried and failed 2 times.
Ang Lee. No, just Ang Lee's for Hulk.
Yeah, I like this. I like the Edward Norton one. It's not great, but it's
The Incredible Hulk.
incredible.
That's fine.
That was okay. Yeah,
Right.
Ang Lee's Hulk is a whole nother thing.
You're right.
But I feel like even Marvel is like the Hulk is on the back burner. Like
Right.
they gave him all these angry plot lines, and now he's just sitting in the jet. No, sitting there
I
like
wouldn't
a
mind
happy
seeing a
nerd.
Hulk movie.
I don't need to see the Hulk. He's gonna fight Big Monster Man.
That's it.
That's
all.
it.
Just
Or
like all you can do with Venom is other symbiotes.
right, and other symbiotes here. We have Jesus symbiote here. Like,
Cletus.
why do you do that? No, but why do you do that?
I mean, that's what the execution looks like now.
I guess, but do you really?
But I don't get why he gets super Carnage sauce. Like it's like
Right. We don't know
Red and
why. No, why he doesn't. Why he even gets it? Because it came from space.
So in the comic book, basically something happens where Eddie Brock leaves a piece of Venom behind while he's visiting Cletus, and the symbiote loves crazy people. Ain't nobody crazy and more unrelenting than
a
Cletus
serial
Assassin.
killer.
So it latches on to him stronger than any other host. And that's why Carnage is so powerful, because it's pretty much a symbiote completely unleashed.
But this movie looks like they're injecting it with him.
No. They're injecting. They're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
They're lethal injecting him, and it's coming out of his bloodstream, which I thought was a really cool shot.
Oh.
I will say that was kind of neat.
It out, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like fuck this noise. I'm staying alive.
nah, we're good.
But my thing is now with that comparison that if it's a piece of Venom symbiote or any of them, right?
of them, yeah.
And it's just been bastardized by a serial killer and it's now Craven, for lack of a better term. So so is that why Eddie Brock is because he's so normal, and then Venom becomes like a silly goofball?
He basically-
So is it taking like does Venom symbiote just take whatever he's given and then umph it to the nth degree?
Usually, yes and no. Usually, it would like to have someone like Cletus Cassidy, because it can, like, okay, let's murder and eat all these fucking people.
Oh, shit.
It's no resistance. Whereas with
Right.
Eddie Brock, it's going to be a resistance to do that. And eventually, yeah, him and Venom come to an understanding where, like, don't kill people, try not to do evil shit, and, we'll eat and all that shit, but let's try to do good. Basically, he becomes a hero just to,
Carnage becomes a hero too.
No, fuck no. Never.
Never.
But yeah, no, Eddie Brock, basically they just come up with a deal to where, like, all right, we fight crime, we'll fuck these people up, you can eat them. And so he becomes a hero kind of out of default.
Right.
Which is kind of a cool aspect to his thing. But no, it's like a curse to Eddie Brock. It's never like a completely getting along with it. It's just like it's attached to me, I need it. And it gets me out of really bad situations, and I just have to do it. Like he comes to terms with Venom being a part of him.
Right.
And it works. It's like an inner, conflict thing, but it works on the page because it's not fucking Abbott and Costello in this bitch. Like,
No, excuse me. Is it Louis Armstrong? See, no. Is that Louis Armstrong? I just want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Yes.
I'm getting Louis Armstrong, and then,
you're right.
but anyway, it's not Satchmo Venom,
Right.
Versus, they're going to give him a
that
crazy
shit
voice
was
too.
jarring to me when I saw that opening to this fucking trailer.
I make blender food. Do you want
What the
this?
fuck is happening right now?
You're right.
I don't
And then-
remember Venom ever being friendly.
He's not friendly.
Well, no. At the end of it, he gets cordial. He's like, "I want to eat
Yeah.
brains," and he's
Yeah,
like, "Don't eat
cordial. That's
brains."
as much as you get out of him is just being a little cordial.
Right, and he's
But
like,
he still technically runs shit, but he
Right.
he starts to actually like Eddie.
Yeah.
And so that's why he'll stick around and kind of listen to him and go take his path. But as a symbiote, no, all they know is fucking destruction and, humans
Right.
are inferior.
And look
Just
at-
go and eat and,
and then they burn down Arkham, And then Morbius sighting. You know that people are going to be like, who are these people? No one's going to care. It's probably Carnage and then the girl that they saved who has a symbiote in her too.
Yeah, that would be.
But
Carnage works alone.
But I don't know. But look at this. This is supposed to be setting up something.
Yeah,
people are going to be like, ooh, 10 facts you didn't know about this trailer. They're going to make up whoever the fuck this is. I don't know who it is. Yeah. But they burned down Arkham. Venom, for some reason, is eating this guy's brains. Like, it's probably a dream sequence. It just seems like it. It doesn't seem real.
I don't think these movies have dream sequences.
No, but
he's going to chomp and miss.
Yeah,
okay, chomp and miss. Venom girl, has force powers. That
looks like an X-Men.
That looks like some X-Men shit.
Right, like, so she's not using a symbiote. She's just kind of in pain, and she's moving things telepathically. So now we have telepaths in this world. Sure. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, Tommy.
Yeah, no.
What's the excuse that she's able to move shit? There's no phalanges coming out of her.
Dude, there's an open window at the top. It's just a draft.
No, it's that machine, where you get the money with the.
I thought it was a bit drafty. And then, Carnage taking out cars, and then the regular guys shooting with guns. I'm tired of that.
We didn't cover that in Invincible, how all the cops are just like, you're just dead.
Yeah.
Anytime a cop shows up in Invincible, it's like, dead.
Why would you have that job? Why would you have it in San Francisco? Fucking Venom and Carnage around.
It's a safe city, dude.
They're not gonna do shit. They can't stop them. Only good shot in this fucking trailer is the shot of Carnage.
Right.
That's it.
And that's going to be the thumbnail that you're going to see. We're probably already seeing it on YouTube right now.
Goddamn dark.
Right. You still can't see it. So yeah, it's going to be super ultra contrasted, super bright, super pixelated.
Yeah.
But that's the money shot right there. And it's Carnage.
I think they are trying to hide it a little bit. A little bit.
Probably.
Which is fine.
It's
The first
Carnage.
movies, CG was not great.
But ultimately, so you have Carnage and then Venom, let there be Carnage. And then you have his addiction to chocolate, which they established in the last one. So it's like, know who else was addicted to chocolate or had to eat chocolate to function? Fucking Paul Blart Mall Cop. Do you remember that? Do you ever watch that movie?
I did not.
He's hypoglycemic, so he has to eat pixie sticks. And then he goes without eating pixie sticks and he has like a diabetic seizure or something like that. That's a real subplot
Another Sony movie, by the way.
Huh?
Another Sony movie, by the way.
Oh my god! That's what I was about to say. So
of course you hate movies when you're watching things like Paul
Stop
Blart.
watching Sony movies.
all I'm saying is that Paul Blart is the same as Venom. There will be Carnage. That's all I'm saying.
I can go
If
with
Venom is a diabetic and he needs a sugar,
If we get Venom on a Segway, I'm beating you.
you did this.
Why not?
I mean, you already got Tom Hardy in a high school football Letterman jacket demanding chocolate from
Maybe
an Asian
he was
woman.
a lion.
No, but here's the problem. And then like just a stupid line too. You're supposed to have my shipment of chocolate. I want to eat her brains because she didn't give me chocolate. Go to a Target. Just go get your chocolate somewhere else, Venom.
It's the only place you get chocolate in San Francisco.
Only place is this Asian woman's shop.
In the, was it Ghirardelli Square?
Ghirardelli. Yeah, it's
Square?
literally a chocolate environment.
It's a whole place. Like, chocolate everywhere. Go there.
That's
But
actually a
no,
very valid point. Is why
but we're
Venom
gonna
isn't going to
threaten this fucking-
Ghirardelli Square. Let's go ahead and look at
Threaten this
that.
poor old lady.
God damn Ghirardelli Square. It's a real place,
It's a real
guys.
place.
There it is. Let's go ahead and bring it
And
up for
it's
the
beautiful.
people.
Good aesthetic
Yeah,
and chocolate everywhere.
just go there, get your chocolate, Venom, and shut the fuck
Cool,
up.
get
All
your
right.
bill.
Does he need to eat like a copious amount of chocolate or something? Like,
That's a chocolate
Still the perfect
factory.
place to go.
That's goddamn Wonka's factory, practically. So, I don't know. Obviously, here's my problem. Here's the problem that I had with this trailer and with Sony's universe of whatever the fuck. Is that this first in the series, Venom by itself, made a shit ton of money. It made. Let me look at the box office for Venom.
thanks, China.
Right.
Yeah. God damn.
Venom
Well,
movie.
we were kind of responsible a little bit too.
That explains like the Asian lady in the being a big part of the script.
$855
Yeah, it's required.
million. I want to say top 5 of the year, if not top
was-
3 worldwide that year.
That year. I believe
Let me see
that
here.
was top
Opening
5,
budget 100 million.
2018.
Let's see here.
Damn, how'd that movie have a $100 million budget? How much of it is Tom Hardy's check?
I hope a lot. I'll put my name on
Yeah,
this
the
shit.
opening was $80 million, budget 100 million. Let's see here. PG-13. A lot of people were still upset with that. People were asking if this one's rated R. I can't say that it would be.
From the looks of it, it might be PG.
I mean, there's a whole fucking subplot about chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. But no, this movie did gangbusters. What year did this come out? 2018. Yeah, I want to say it was one of the highest grossing films of 2018. Let me look that up.
Well, no, it was Endgame that came out that year?
No. That was...
Black Panther. Yeah, no, Black Panther.
Highest grossing movie 2018. I'm sorry, I'm doing the Google searching right here. So it was the same as Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War.
So Infinity War came out.
It was like, God damn.
There we go. Let's see here. The numbers. Black Panther, Avengers, and Black Panther outgrossed Infinity War? I forgot about that. Venom, 11. Still, though.
Yeah, I thought it
but
was
still, top 15 of the year. I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think that was just Disney making his way. Jumanji was a surprise hit. Fallout was good. The Grinch was just for children. Deadpool 2. And then Jurassic
Still
World.
haven't seen Deadpool 2.
Deadpool, I haven't either. Doesn't matter to me. Actually, no, I did.
They just said the best parts were in the trailer, so I didn't watch
No,
it.
best parts are not in the trailer. I can guarantee you that. For the fight at the end alone, you need to watch Deadpool 2.
It's on Hulu, so whatever.
There you go. Yeah, it's there. It's there for us to see. But so now we get to the real problem.
Oh, it's Tommy's hat.
It's Tommy's hat.
I thought it was my mic.
What happened? Oh, you're peeking your head in.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You barely noticed it, but
I just thought it was my mic doing something weird, and then I realized the fuzziness is your hat.
Stop looking my direction. There you go.
All right.
You're fine. Or back up a little bit, you fucker. But anyway, Tom Holland days. They're trying to bring him back into this world because they've established that, okay, Morbius is a movie that exists and that's going to come out one of these days.
And you know who makes a cameo in Morbius, right?
Exactly. I'll say the Falcon. No, the Vulture.
The Vulture. Yeah.
The Vulture. So in my brain, and there's Spider-Man posters all over in that trailer. So that's a movie that's still got to come out, and I want to say it is in this cinematic universe. So we've already established that the Vulture is in Morbius, is in this Venom universe.
Yes.
Daily Bugle is in that universe and this universe. And then Kraven apparently is going to come out too. What the fuck is going to happen when all this shit's going on and there's not an Avenger, there's not a Spider-Man, there's not a Thor? So how are they going to explain that away when the Vulture is in this movie or in this cinematic world?
He was kind of low level anyway. I can accept it.
Venom, though, they're blowing up.
Low level, not low level.
I mean,
he's just Spider-Man level.
He's
if you blew up Alcatraz,
you would think that
Tony Stark would be like, "All right, we got to take care of whatever the fuck that is."
So,
yeah, Tony's dead. Also,
somebody.
If I have to accept that Doctor Strange didn't shake Wanda at some point, I will accept this. So that's okay, because I already have every Marvel movie that exists. I have to ration away that it's like no one's coming to help you.
Yeah, they don't help each other at all. Unless it's like an alien or a really smart robot for whatever reason. I feel like two of them could have handled Ultron by themselves.
But you're telling me the calamity of the first movie of a bunch of fucking alien symbiotes fucking up a rocket ship on the West Coast wouldn't be enough to garner some attention from at least one of fucking
Dude, a rocket blew up in South Texas and nobody cared.
I'm just saying, Rhodey, the Wakandans, Rhodey, they should be on. That's a Rhodey level. That's a Rhodey level.
Wakanda's
response.
They won't do that unless the rocket's in Wakanda.
Wakandans monitor everything, though. You do know that,
but they don't interfere.
Do anything.
But they'd be like,
they're the Watchers, basically.
Dora Milaje would go and poke it with a stick. That's all I'm saying.
That's smart to do. I would not want to see a Dora Milaje mixed with a symbiote. That's frightening as fuck.
That sounds like the tightest shit, though.
That sounds pretty legit.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt, and since it's not a real Marvel property, I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Fund it. But my thing is now they're gonna have to combine it, and I fear that they're just going to ruin Spider-Man.
Oh, absolutely.
Because and if you've heard about what's happening with Into the No Way Home,
Multiverse of
No Way Home.
Well, No Way Home is partially with Doctor Strange taking him to other dimensions, and then the Multiverse of Madness with WandaVision set up. So they're going to open up the multiverse.
Deep with the multiverse. That's what the whole theme of this first half of Phase 4 is.
Right. They're going to open up the multiverse, fix the timeline, or whatever strands or whatever. And I fear that Tom Holland is going to be dumped in this piece of shit universe.
Like in reality.
Yeah. And it's so sad because people like Tom Holland. He fought he helped fight Thanos.
He gave us Spider-Man for the universe that we become accustomed to.
Right.
Yeah.
But he fought Thanos. He
Heavy
was
shit.
there.
Yeah.
He's dealt with all sorts of PTSD probably. He's a high school kid dealing with he died.
Mysterio fucked his mind up a little bit.
Right. And so now he's going to be in a whole different dimension? I mean, we don't know. We can only kind of guess,
He's
right?
have his counterparts to help him.
Who are in here? Well, who's here?
Not here, but in his shit.
But nobody's
Guy in the
here.
chair.
No, you know that,
That black
little
chick.
Filipino guy, chubby Filipino guy's not coming along? You know that
He's not chubby
Zendaya is not coming along?
He lost weight, but yeah.
No, yeah, he's looking fine. I'm just saying, that's
no,
scary.
Well, he lost weight. They need to explain that at some point.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I would assume
Captain
this
America's
character's go
diet
with
works
them
for
if
me.
Fucking Michael Keaton's in Morbius. I would assume that they go with where Tom Holland goes.
Well, Keys in the chat saying, I feel like he's going to be banished into this universe where people don't know he's Spider-Man.
Oh, that's good. It's
I'm okay with
bad,
that.
but
It's
bad,
it
but-
makes sense.
But why would you not want Spider-Man, unless they take Miles Morales, unless the MCU gets Miles Morales?
I mean,
And-
Sony owns all of them. And the thing about it,
But Peter Parker's more money marketable. Miles Morales is hot item right now.
I don't know.
I think it's the other way.
At the end of the Spider, was it End of the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, into the Spider-Verse.
After that kind of changed it a little bit because we already knew Miles was comic book fans that aren't racist like Miles Morales.
So like 5 of you guys. Let's be honest.
They think he's one of the good ones for the most part. So they accept him okay. But yeah, no, after that movie came out, that upped his ante completely.
Right.
To the fact where Sony doesn't let Marvel have Peter Parker. Just give him to them. They know what to do with them.
Right.
You take Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen is their real fucking key, which I don't know why they haven't tapped into
We talk about
shit
this is
yet.
Spider-Gwen. She's going to be
That is
Spider-Gwen.
not Spider-Gwen.
And she's going to be the new Spider-Gwen who also has Venom powers.
No, that's
Gwenpool Venom.
Gwenpool is a different thing.
I know. I'm just lying. I'm just lying because that's what they're going to do, though, Tommy. They don't have
Just do it
everything.
already.
They don't have everything. They only
They don't
have
really-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, they do.
And they don't have
know
the
what to
balls.
do with
And they
them.
don't have the balls to bring Miles Morales as a real black person in real life. They make him a
Sony
cartoon,
is-
and they made it a fantastic one. It's a
one of the
fantastic
best
movie.
cartoons
I don't think
ever.
they did. They did it because of lack of balls. They did it because that movie is artistically beautiful.
Yeah,
like
it's
this, the
amazing.
style that they went with it.
But they risked it with a character that wasn't Peter Parker.
Right.
That's my thing. And they want Peter Parker because people know Peter Parker. He's been around for 80 years, and they want him as live action. I think that's what it is. I don't care how popular Miles
Because
Morales
he's
is
white.
now. Because he's white. I don't want to go there.
Yeah, that's true.
But think about it, really.
I mean,
why would you risk all that money
It's
into
a
Miles
risk-reward
Morales?
thing. I
And
mean-
it paid off gangbusters for that risk. Because it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
And they let the animators and the storytellers tell their story that's proper. What the fuck story are they trying to tell here?
I don't know.
There's nothing here.
Zero
this is a
there.
summer blockbuster. You don't get stories for that.
No, but like
It's so
Endgame was a summer
empty to me.
blockbuster.
Yeah, thank you. That kind of puts it in perspective. It seems so fucking.
Don't
empty,
expect
doesn't
every
it?
movie to be the MCU. Not
Again,
even Star
Marco,
Wars
when
could
you
be the
kick up
MCU.
I don't put it in the MCU.
No,
Yeah, I can't
that's
do
December. That's
Yeah,
Christmas
I can't do that. I'll give you that. I can't do that. But yeah, no, like still though. I mean, this isn't even DC. DC shit is better than this.
Well, that's because DC is shooting one movie at a time, and they're just like,
Yeah,
fuck
they're
it.
afraid to do one movie at a time. They should be afraid to do something other than one movie at a time. I swear to God, if this makes money, I would
It's
be
gonna
so
though,
upset.
because the responsiveness of people
Oh,
they're excited.
God.
Cause Carnage and
Jesus,
Venom.
Don't just take everything they give you.
No, but that's I mean, in the times of Corona, people need
But
it,
with
man.
this is post-corona.
Thank you.
No, we're still in it, and people's brains are
Movie
still
come
in
out August.
Scroll. I don't know. It's only in theaters.
It's only coming. Yeah, it doesn't
Coming
tell you
soon.
when.
Doesn't say.
You keep it, Sony.
but-
I mean, I'm not reviewing it for the other podcast, so that means it's not out before August.
Chris Ayers cheered. He said, "I don't think anyone describes this movie better than the breakfast scene." In the beginning, Eddie is the audience, Venom is Sony, and Tom Hardy, and that stupid, disgusting, absolutely unappealing sack of shit excuse for a meal is these movies.
Yes.
There you go, Chris Ayers.
That's very well.
Could have said it
Chris.
better yourself.
Don't hate my
Shit.
scramble.
Hey, that is an official Denny's
Don't you waste
Grand
food.
Slamwich. But I'm still flabbergasted by that. Only in movie theaters. That's like, if you think about it, like it sounds like an old timey advertisement.
Yeah,
I want to
that
say
now.
this movie has to come out either September or October for it to say only in movie
You know what's
theaters.
funny of them saying only in movie theaters? Paramount has got on kind of the HBO Max wagon now, and it's like, yeah, fuck that. We'll release our shit for like 40 days in theaters. After that, we're throwing it on Paramount Plus because apparently no one wants Paramount Plus. This makes me a little interested in Paramount Plus. I can watch A Quiet Place 2 on Paramount Plus now because they're smart and they see the system's changing a little bit.
Right.
Warner Brothers kind of fucked it up for all of
Right.
them. You know?
And people aren't going to be as gung-ho to go back to movie theaters because I would argue that the home theater experience is more enjoyable than the movie.
It's because you're dumb.
Tommy,
It's a great
no, but Tommy, you
experience,
have
but it's not
no,
for everybody.
no, but
You're
here's
right.
here's what you got to understand. Not everybody has Alamo Draft Houses.
Oh, that's true.
One.
Oh, it's so sad.
And I know. And two, this was a legit thing that happened with what was a recent movie that came out in theaters? Mortal Kombat. Was it Mortal Kombat before that?
Mortal Kombat made a lot of money,
No,
even with its
Kong,
limited release.
Godzilla.
Kong. I think it was
That
Kong.
yeah,
Kong
that
was the
broke record
first.
thus far.
But that was the one that cracked it open. People were like, "All right, we're gonna open up. Enough people have been vaccinated." I swear to God, we have a lot of friends that are moviegoers, and the guy was in the theater, and he gets out of the movie theater, and he's like, "God, I was so excited to go back to the movie theater, but people just wouldn't stop fucking talking and shutting the fuck up."
Oh no.
First time back, people forget that happens all the time, and it's gonna be even worse because they've been the last year building the habit
readjust.
of commenting upon movies as they go along. First it's in their house, now it's gonna be in movie theaters. And if you see how people act about the fucking mask thing, imagine telling someone to shut the fuck up at a movie theater now. People are already on edge. People are fucking crazy. No, there's gonna be fights breaking out opening weekend for this movie.
I mean,
It's
I
very
go to
low
Alamo,
society.
so
I do too. Yeah,
you'll get kicked
I
out.
don't know what that is. Sammy's going. We go to
Your
classic
point
theaters.
is valid, but at the same time, I live in an apartment, bro, and the bottom floor. You don't think I hear like footsteps and people talking outside my apartment all the fucking time?
we're
Like,
pretty used
it's
to it.
gonna be the same as me going to a shitty theater. I'm still gonna hear like the fucking lawnmowers going off or police sirens or some shit. Like,
It's the
there's going to be
ambiance.
distractions. In both cases. Some, if you have your own house or if you live on the top floor like you do, the distractions are a little more limited. Sure, I'll grant you that. But, I mean, by that same token, I could just go to Alamo.
True. And it's going to limit people. Like, only like people who actually want to see movies in theaters will go. And it's kind of going to
I don't think that though. I think people are itching to get the fuck out of the house and they'll do anything. And they're gonna pick their nose.
It was a date thing. And
They're gonna pick their nose and they're gonna kick it in the back of your seat and they're gonna pour Skittles on the back of your shirt.
Any of those experiences ever.
I'm
With all these hateful experiences that keep happening.
What is Fresno life? Holy
not great.
shit. Clearly not.
That's actually
Pizzas taste like well shit, is what I read.
don't you talk shit about our pre-roll sponsor. They're not a sponsor. But Romeo's Pizza, Fresno, California, delicious. No, it's just actually that's a funny story. Without fail, anytime my dad goes to the movie theater, which is not often, he doesn't like movie theaters. Some child or somebody's kicking the back of his seat without fail. And my dad's the type of guy who's like silently intense. He's bought everyone the ticket. He's there to have a good time. And some kid is always kicking the back of his fucking seat. And then because you don't have like Mexican father like telepathy, or maybe even black fathers have this kind of
Yes, it
telepathy,
exists.
where it's like when they're angry, you can
you know.
feel it in your
Oh, you
fucking
know it,
soul.
absolutely.
So I'm trying to watch fucking Logan, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Why is a child in Logan?
I don't know, man. It's Fresno.
He let the kids watch Walking Dead.
Deadpool. It was probably Deadpool,
Yeah,
and people were little kids were at Deadpool.
Yeah, people don't care.
No, but
I
like
watched
no,
Boys in the Hood when I was 7.
but my soul's distracted because that kid's kicking the shit out of my dad's seat. My dad's gonna slap the fuck out of that kid. We're gonna go to jail because there's gonna
He
be a
did it,
brawl.
You didn't do it.
No, I'm gonna have to fight the other
Someone-
guy.
just not the kid.
I'll fight the kid. I don't care. I'm my dad's kid. I'll fight the kid one on one.
It's not a fair
That's
fight.
not.
I don't need it to be fair. I need him to stop kicking the shit so I can enjoy Logan. Point being, this is gonna probably make a lot of money, and you're gonna get more Venoms, and then Tom Holland Days is gonna be thrown into this, and Tommy, you're gonna have to just fucking live with it.
It's an abomination. Sam.
And Morbius is gonna be there with Jared Leto,
I'm not watching it.
and Vulture's gonna be
I can
there,
almost guarantee we're not reviewing this one.
and Scorpion's gonna be
How
there.
about no?
And Rhino's going to be there, and Jamie Foxx's Electro is going to be there, and Alfred Molina's
Almost like Alfred
Octopus is going to
Molina's
be in
Doc
there.
Ock, though. He
But
is Doc Ock.
But he's going to be in this movie. He's going to be in this universe.
No, he won't.
Tommy, stop
Spider-Man
having
3.
dreams.
No. No.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop thinking the best thing's gonna happen. Everything that you think can go wrong will go wrong because Sony owns the right to these fucking characters, and they want money.
And they don't
want
get it the right way.
They want Carnage. And that's Fade to Black. And scene.
Yeah,
No, but they're gonna look at, man. They're gonna make the Multiverse of Madness. They're gonna make Away From Home or Never Coming Back Home, or whatever the fuck it's called. And Tom Holland is out.
I know he's out. I know he's on loan.
And he's
I get it.
here with Mrs. Chen's Chocolate Factory.
Oh my god!
Which
man.
I'm gonna make that
They
a
live in
T-shirt. That's gonna be
completely
dope.
different cities.
That would be fine. He looks like he can work there bagging shit.
Oh, I've let it slide long enough because it was funny. But yeah, Eddie Brock is actually from Brooklyn.
Right.
So, but
No.
he's not there now.
But no, he's in San Francisco, and
Well,
what's-
that is still a Detroit Lions style.
And what's gonna happen is Tom Holland is gonna be there. Mrs. Chen, I brought the chocolate delivery for you.
No,
and then Venom.
He's gonna go back to Brooklyn
No.
for something,
Or maybe who cares?
which is gonna fuck everything up because all the
Eddie Brock,
superheroes-
welcome home.
Oh fuck! No more home. Welcome home.
And a 18-year-old Tom Holland Peter Parker is going to be fighting this 35-year-old
35-year-old
Pulitzer Prize winning old man
He
as
already
Venom.
fought like a 50-year-old and fighting the Vulture.
That's true.
It's true, but
That's Michael Keaton.
that's Michael Keaton.
That's Batman.
It was his girlfriend's dad. It was just unlucky.
Yeah, that's just a bad. Like you got to hold punches on your girlfriend's dad a little
Yeah,
bit.
that
you
was
know?
just unfortunate.
He's
This-
not gonna hold any back on you, so that made sense. Yeah.
Right. Tom Holland, I'm sorry. He was
Oh,
like,
that
please,
sucks.
Oh, you didn't go
please,
the ease.
please, Bob Iger. Please, I want to make another Spider-Man, sir.
Mr. Iger.
Please, I really love this character, and I don't want to go back to Sony.
And Sony grabs him. They're like, Mr. Iger, I don't feel so good.
Right? And he's going to get Doctor Strange whooshed away.
Yeah, goodbye, Tom Holland. It was fun. Can we at least get Miles Morales? Can we replace him at least?
That's what I'm thinking.
We need a
No,
Spider-Man.
but that's
Trade
what
off.
I'm
Because
thinking.
Marvel can handle Miles Morales, no problem.
Right.
Easy.
And they've already set him up in
him
universe
up.
with the Donald Glover.
Yeah, Childish Gambino's his uncle.
His uncle.
Right.
He's Panther Man. What's his name? Prowler. Panther Man. Not Black Panther. Panther Man. He's the knockoff version.
Which they do look kind of similar. They do look like knockoff.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm just saying, assume the worst.
Oh, I absolutely
Tommy.
am. I can't not.
No, but you wanted hope
I did.
that Tom Holland was not going to be in this, and he's maybe not going to be in this movie, but I'm damn sure he's going to be in this world.
Cameo.
And guess what? You're going to get the Aunt May movie. You're going to get Silver Sable.
forgot about that one.
You're going to get Silver Sable
I'm getting
and
that
was
one.
it one of the Silver
Black
Foxes?
Cat.
Black Cat. What was the movie called?
Oh, I forgot this dumbass name they gave it. They said they wanted it to be like Cagney and Lacey with superheroes.
Yeah.
And when they said that, I was out.
Yeah, it was Laverne and Shirley of superhero
Basically,
movies.
yeah.
And then you're gonna get Aunt May as a super agent. You're gonna get Jimmy Olsen. He's not even in this universe, but they're gonna bring Jimmy Olsen in. He's gonna get his own movie. What other characters are they missing? Craven's gonna get his own movie.
The villains alone, they can.
What's Craven's arc? The big one that everyone loves.
Basically, yeah.
What's it?
Spider-Man
No, but what's
gets
it called
the
though?
black-
Is
oh,
it
fuck,
is
fuck,
a
forgot
fucking
the
name for it?
of it.
JJ. Damn it! Like the Hunt or something like that. Whatever. They're gonna do that arc that everyone loves.
Kills himself at the end of that.
And yeah, they're just gonna throw it. They're gonna make it one movie, and it's not gonna involve anybody. He's gonna be hunting Venom, I bet you, because they won't have the rights brought
God.
over. I'm thinking.
That's not how that goes, man.
No. Do you think that this is how Venom goes? Do you think this is how
Not
anything?
at
Do you
all.
think that Satchmo fucking Venom everybody?
Completely forgot about it until you just brought it back up. Thank you.
I love chocolate syrup, everybody.
Very good blocking things I don't want to think about. Out of my head.
chocolate.
You're just doing a Fat Albert
The-
voice.
that's all that was.
That's all that was.
And the voice isn't even the same as it was in the first movie.
Right.
That's a different voice.
Yummy. I hate,
I hate all of this.
and I want you guys to know,
I hate all of this.
Craven's Last Hunt. That's what it's called.
That's it. Yeah, Craven's Last Hunt.
But this is what you get, guys. And because it's gonna make lots of money, and this is gonna make lots of money, it's never gonna go away. And that's the end of it. And Spider-Man's gonna be thrown in this.
Good.
And
Hey, look, they still got the Hispanic Spider-Man. Spider-Man, was it $20.99?
$20.99. He's half Irish, half Mexican. What's his name?
Yeah,
O'Hara? Scarlett
Hello?
O'Hara?
Miguel O'Hara.
Miguel Scarlett O'Hara. Miguel O'Hara. And then they got. I honestly think that's what's gonna happen. That's my estimation for this.
Can they take Ant-Man and Wasp too? Just take all the ones
all
I
the
don't
bugs?
care about.
All the bugs.
All the bugs, the bug universe. Yeah.
No, Quantumania needs to establish the fact that there's tiny people in the world in that.
They can do that and then leave. If I don't,
Technically, that might be what they're doing.
Kang the Conqueror.
Kang the Conqueror. It's a little city that you see
in the
from
background.
In the background,
Right.
They say that's Kang City.
So Kang the Conqueror is in there, so you can't get rid of them.
No,
You get rid of
Thanos
Tom Holland
level.
days, and then you bring in Miles Morales. I say that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do traditional Spider-Man in the Sonyverse. They've with the MCU established, and then they bring the young kid Miles Morales. They don't do the origin story again, but they go, man, we lost Iron Man, we lost Spider-Man. Where's Spider-Man gone? I got bit by Reed Richards' factory's bug or Oscorp's bugs or whatever.
I forgot about that.
You know, because Oscorp, I think what I'm hearing from spoiler alert /
Rumor mill?
leaks, whatever. Norman Osborn from the Raimi verse is coming back, so it's going to be Willem Dafoe, and then he's going to partner with the MCU version of himself, kill the MCU version of himself, and he's going to take over as the Norman Osborn of
be okay with
that. And there's
it's gonna get wild.
It all depends on how they do No Way Home. But I think it ultimately leads with Spider-Man in this universe, even if it's just for a trip. Like, even if it does Kraven does that, or they pull Kraven or Venom and bring him into the MCU, I wouldn't like that.
I'm good with a trade. Give me a first round and a second round. You can have Peter Parker.
Right, and then
that would be
Miles Morales
and Spider-Gwen if they can swing.
And that was a nice pun.
I know.
Very good.
I worked on that.
So what I'm saying is, there's no hope. Everyone just quit movies.
This shit will make you.
It's a factory, guys. This is not art. Do you think this is art? No. Do you think this is? Do you think that the people putting in the effort for the CG, hours?
I think that Grand Slam witch is art.
How about busting a nut of ketchup all over his face for comedic effect?
That's fun.
Really?
What's on his shirt is art.
The Golden State Warriors logo?
No, the ketchup.
Oh,
that's abstract.
All right, Jackson Pollock, easy there. I was like, the Golden State Warriors? So he's wearing a Detroit shirt, Golden State Warriors. He's all over the place.
He's a fair weather fan. It's fun.
Very much so.
Any other final thoughts on this, guys? I got nothing.
Trash, man.
It's really not good.
This is terrible. This is one of the worst trailers, honest to God, I've ever seen in my life. That's saying a lot. I've seen a lot of trailers.
Right.
In my life, man, this was cringy as fuck from jump. I'm like, oh, god damn, it's a bastardization of a character that could make you a lot of fucking money if you just did it right. Who is in charge of these fucking studios now?
This one is Amy Pascal still, if not mistaken.
Fire her ass, because what has she done for you? Bloodshot? Yeah, that did great, didn't it? Sony has been doing terrible, man, for years.
Bloodshot.
It's not great, man. Venom was trash. Jumanji is it, and that was an accidental.
Right, Jumanji.
That was entirely
it's all right.
That was the Rock Caravan.
Yeah.
Right. Put the #1 comedian in the world. Put the Rock in #1 action star in the world.
Yeah.
Put
Did
one
you
of the
just
most
call Jack Black the #1 comedian?
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
No, and then one of the most beloved comedians in the world, and then girl. I can't remember her name, unfortunately. Jillian something.
Karen.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Chris Ayers is in the chat. Those in Pascal's defense, she did Greenlight, Social Network, and she also produced Little Women. Sure.
Okay, great.
You're supposed to have a couple hits. No, you're supposed to have a couple hits.
How many hits Warner Brothers got?
Warner Brothers?
A lot.
Pretty good.
Even Mortal Kombat is technically a hit.
Technically a hit, right? How many hits Marvel have? Quite a few. Disney.
A full decade. A full
Just
decade.
There's been no movies.
There you go.
Right.
Default.
Right. And here we are with this. JJ, any thoughts?
No, I still want to see the actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf video that I told you.
Oh my god!
Been waiting for that.
We'll watch that after we're done with this segment. Marcos, any thoughts on this, man?
I mean, I'm not into a lot of these movies anymore anyway, so it's...
See what
whatever.
you did? Marco doesn't like it anymore. Thanks.
These movies, like, in terms of
You
what?
ruined it for Marco.
Superhero movies, non-MCU.
I want to say that there's a level of grade that you can see in certain trailers that it's like bad B action movies. This is what this is. I would put this in the same camp as Expendables, Transformers 5. Like, it doesn't even need to be necessarily a comic book movie, but you can just tell from what you see, there's no love in it.
Yeah.
It's
right.
Like I said, it's empty. It's like there's no substance to this. And it's just like no one cared. At least with like Marvel, they pay them enough to give a fuck.
Right.
and they at least project that they care about it. And like this is like he said, one of them.
Right, one of them.
One of them is nobody. It looks like no one cared about this. No one put their heart and soul in the CG, in the direction, in the voice over.
And it's Andy Serkis, and I love Andy Serkis, and everything else.
Is he directing?
He's
this?
directing this. So
he didn't direct the last one, to be fair.
Right, and Andy Serkis is a delight. He's a smart
He's
guy.
an actor.
He's probably doing a lot of the mocap for Venom. I bet you. I bet you
I'm
money.
Sure he can't help himself.
Just why
Which
not?
Is fine.
Get him an Oscar that way, and that's it. So you kind of you like people. I'm not sure if it sounds like it's his first time directing, or maybe something major at the very least.
I think he directed one other thing. But
right.
Yeah, I think this might be his first mainstream.
The other Jungle Book movie or whatever.
That might have been it.
Yes, I think he did. Mowgli, was it?
Was it that?
Let's take a look. We have Google, but I mean, let's see. Andy Serkis,
gotta give the man some credit.
Director. Yeah, no, he's a good actor.
The Netflix Jungle Book, yes.
Ooh,
The Netflix one?
Ooh,
They did have it,
filmography.
It was not great.
Is that one where Christopher Walken is the orangutan?
No, that was the
That was
Disney
Favreau.
one. That was the John Favreau.
Yeah.
I like that one.
You know, that one's okay.
That's like one of the few like
Live action ones.
that it was like, oh, all right, oh, this is
Because you
this
have one
works.
human at
Yeah.
least. And they tried to do it with Lion King, and it was an abomination.
I still haven't seen Aladdin
creepy.
and Beauty and the Beast. I'm like, fuck it. I don't really
So he was
You're not missing anything.
he was a second unit director for the Hobbit films. Made his directorial debut with Breathe 2017, Toronto Film Festival, starring Andrew Garfield and Tom Hollander, not to be confused with Tom Hollandaise. Claire. So that was one, and then Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle, starring Christian Bale, Cate Blanchett, and Benedict Cumberbatch.
I don't know if I know one person that watched this.
I don't
It was
know
so
any.
forgettable. Like
Right.
it came and went. I saw like some of it, and I'm like, I'm all right. The other one's better.
So
In my defense, I've never really been a huge fan of the Jungle Book, so
It's
it's
not a
like,
great
eh.
story.
I like the original ending in the book where the forest murders all the humans.
Yeah, no one wants to do that. So it's like, I don't need that.
well, hopefully everyone murders Venom, and there's no more Venom after this.
That's
you know,
not gonna
since
happen.
I know Andy Serkis is behind this, still don't have a lot of hope with it, but
Well,
I like Andy Serkis, so I'll give him a chance.
Well, here's my ultimate thing. The way these movies go, Venom's gonna win, and Carnage is gonna lose. So there you go. There, I spoiled the movie, everybody. You don't have to watch it.
Good. Go read Absolute.
I bet you the
Carnage.
comics are fine.
One comic you need to read. You'll get everything you need out of Venom and read Absolute Carnage. It's amazing.
I just-
And call it a fucking day because this shit looks terrible.
I'm just saying, Carnage is gonna die, or he's gonna get blowed up,
not die
or launched
easily.
into space, and they'll bring him back when it's suitable to make a Sinister Six or whatever.
He's not a part of the Sinister.
They'll make him a part of the Sinister
Doesn't
Six,
do
Tommy.
teams, man. That's not how he operates.
Woody Harrelson does. And do you think Amy Pascal knows that? You think Andy Serkis knows
shit.
that?
Neither one.
You
of
think
them
these people
probably
know these
anything
things, Tom?
about
Things
I'm
that you
trying
know?
to think of a team that Woody Harrelson was in.
the zombie,
Zombieland.
But the plot line is he doesn't do teams.
Worked out great, man. Let me tell you something.
And you know what?
Carnage is not Tallahassee, okay?
No, the thing is, though, if you're talking about Twinkies, Carnage is going to be like, I love Twinkies. That's going to be his thing.
That's his
Venom
voice.
likes chocolate. Venom likes chocolate. I love chocolate. And then Venom's like, I like Twinkies.
The way that Venom feels about chocolate is how Carnage feels about blood. So
Right, no, but they're going to make it Twinkies so they can be wacky about
if
it.
they do that shit,
What does
I'm going to
Carnage
the
sound
movie
like?
theater, and I'm throwing something at the goddamn screen and
Right.
walking out.
Because he's not going to have a tough voice. He's going to be like, yeah, I'm crazy.
Jesus.
Snap into a Slim Jim. Yeah. Extreme. He's going to have a 90s
That
Extreme
is his
announcer voice.
Again, throwing something at screen and walking out.
Look at see, look, he's coming around. He's like, all right, Venom's coming. Yeah. Fucking
That actually fit too perfect.
I know it did. Because I hate movies.
We
You
know
guys
you
can keep
do.
doing this show. JJ, we're done with this. What is the fucking thing you wanted me to look up? Shia LaBeouf being a cannibal?
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Oh, shit. You said y'all gonna talk about Dave Bautista getting cast in Knives Out too?
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
Sam hates movies, so we can't
Yeah,
talk
he
about
does.
it.
No, you could talk about Batista not wanting to
love
be
Batista.
Drax the Destroyer
He
anymore.
does, but he wants to be Bane. Went into Warner Brothers' office, made a meeting, and said, "I will be Bane." They're like, "Well, we're not developing a Bane movie or
And then
him
he
in a
strangled
movie. And then he didn't say what happened after that. He's like, no, I told him I'm gonna be, and they were like, okay, when we have something, we'll let you know.
Right.
So yeah.
And he's in Knives Out 2. I didn't watch Knives Out 1. I heard it's a fine movie.
It's an
It was
amazing
very good
movie.
movie.
You
Yeah.
would love movies
probably
again if you
like that,
fucking
yeah.
watched it.
No, I just don't have the time. But
keeps
that's
you
one of the ones
attention.
where I'm like, I don't know it's a whodunit.
whodunit,
I
yeah.
don't know who done it, so it's not spoiled for me yet.
Yeah, it's
so
a
I can
very-
watch it and enjoy it probably.
very clever movie.
Right. So Dave Bautista being in there, he's a fine comedic actor. He's gonna be out of place because he's a monster of a human being.
It's
Chris
not his
Evans
fault.
was in the first one.
Right, but he's a little shorter.
Yeah.
And he was in a big
was a big-ass
cardigan.
sweater, yeah,
he was in a
so-
cardigan.
Had
So
to hide all the muscles. Yeah.
that's fine. But I mean, Batista, he doesn't want to be Drax no more, or he's
doesn't.
kind of done with it.
He just said he'll be 54 by the time they finish filming the next one.
He's still in better shape than most of us.
Right.
He's like, I'm expecting things to start sagging.
That's what CG is for.
I need a role where I can wear a shirt. That's fair. That's fair.
Enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But JJ,
Jane
just
wears a shirt.
Just to indulge you, though, he wears a tank top. Shia LaBeouf live. He's a cannibal. The gay men's chorus of Los Angeles.
Running for your life from Shia. It's Shia LaBeouf lurking in the shadows.
I have seen this before. It is great.
That was way better than anything we saw in that trailer.
And now
And probably explains the plot of the movie.
there's Carnage right there, taking a bite of. No, you know what this makes me think? They're going to cast Shia LaBeouf as Kraven the Hunter.
I don't think they could cast him in anything right now. He's on
Yeah.
the same list with Army Hammer at the
The,
moment.
the last
Actual cannibal?
I might as well.
At least he has a theme song to go with it.
There you go.
I wish we can go out on
It's
this,
dark,
but
and you seem to have lost him, but you're hopelessly lost yourself. Stranded with a murderer, you creep silently through the underbrush. Aha! In the distance.
oh God, okay, I can't do this. I'll watch it on my own time. But that's it for McGrew's reviews. We went on a 3-hour show, guys. Of course. Happens that way. But
Yeah, right.
you guys did a 57-minute thing
We
on.
weren't going to talk about
Invincible.
Venom.
Wow.
This is more important, I think.
Your
than-
idea, sir.
And what a wonderful idea it is.
We also started at minute 35 or 40 with the pre-show, but yeah, different animal.
Getting you the proper setup for everything.
Basically, the part Marco had to take care of, he did flawlessly. You're the one who fucked it up, as always. Continue.
It's all right. He has practice again tomorrow. We're doing the scene countdown.
You'll get better at it, buddy.
He'll,
Go ahead, Marcos.
that's it. Watch us tomorrow on the scene countdown, guys.
What time are we doing that?
Depends. Follow the Mexcellence or the Scene Countdown. We'll tell you. Should be either 8 if I don't have to be on it, or 9:15 if I have to be on it. It all depends on TJ. I'm sorry. We're giving you a look behind the curtain.
We'll figure it out one of these
Behind
days.
the curtain is we forgot to tell TJ.
No, I have already told TJ. He's already got the first warning. It's just a matter of
Whether he shows up or not.
Yeah.
Or if his girlfriend's mad at him for being here for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So with that said, everybody, thank you for watching. Go follow us on all the places. Go do all the things. Like us in all the things. Find me at the Mexcellence. Find Tommy at Tommy McGrew Art. Find JJ where you can find JJ Super Saiyan JJ and Marcos Jail. Marcos 62. I'll get the graphics for us later when we're not running for 3 hours on the dot, but we will be out of here. And I was going to say something else, but all I can say is let there be carnage, Tommy. Shia LaBeouf.